Hello, welcome to Mori. We're on episode 70 now. God, we're with Leo for now, and then Qbhall Koma will come. I hope.
Yeah, we hope
Yeah,
it might
yeah,
just be us.
yeah. I mean, today I watched in the cinema a brand new day. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know. It was a pretty fun movie. It's not like eye-opening or something like that, but
I've been seeing people just absolutely raging on my Twitter about the AI usage. I haven't actually seen any
there was.
Spider-Man movies,
I
like the new
mean,
ones,
I
but
mean,
so I guess
what's
yeah,
that?
there's like shots that are very clearly AI. Like someone posted one and he has like three legs.
Oh, that's that's not good. No.
Yeah, no, not good. It's not a good look for like basically the biggest film of the year to be patched with AI.
Yeah, no. I mean, CGI is all everywhere, obviously, but no, I can't.
Yeah, no. So it's been I like I said I don't know much about Spider-Man, so I'm not gonna like comment too much on it. But I do know that the people I'm seeing on my Twitter are not happy.
Oh, damn, no. I don't know. I heard some positive things about the movie. People liked it a lot.
Yeah, I've heard
But
this is funny because like I've heard outside of the AI stuff, most of the stuff I have heard has been very positive. Like I have a coworker, two of them, and both of them told me that they liked the movie a lot actually. So
mm, I mean,
personally,
it's like
I've never seen any of the new ones. I haven't seen anything past whatever the Andrew Garfield stuff.
okay, okay. I mean, I watched like these movies with Tom Holland in reverse order for some reason because I just wanted to watch something. So,
Did you?
and
That's kind of funny.
yeah. And those movies are really generic. Not big a fan of these. And like I don't know, I think I like this one better. It's just a bit more action focused and a little bit less just tropey. Well, it still has tropes, but it's Marvel. What do you expect? And this one has an Hulk back into it, and then just an in between form or just his normal self. So I don't know. I think a lot of people
You know,
were a
that's
fan of
been
that. But,
a big
Mhm.
question among Marvel fans for a while is if Hulk is ever going to get another movie, like a standalone
Mm.
movie. Like
Yeah.
it's been a long time since he's had his own movie, and
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to get like a Planet Hulk movie, and I don't think that ever came to fruition or something like that. I think he was supposed to get another movie. I don't know if maybe that was tucked in like the Thor movie. I can't remember. It was something weird like that. But I do
Mm.
know that a lot of Hulk fans have been kind of been like, "Where's our movie?"
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember in 2003 he got a movie or something like that, like long ago. But I don't know.
Is Mark Ruffalo in it or?
Mark Ruffalo, who is that?
The original, like the guy who played uh Hulk for the Avengers, like through all
Oh,
those
him.
movies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He is in here. It's like
Oh, they did bring him back. That's cool.
yeah, that's this guy. He's been in a couple of movies now. So yeah, no.
That's cool. It's cool.
And what was it again? Scorpio. He is the guy that was in Better Call in
Better Call Saul.
uh, yeah, Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. He was the son of like a repairman, an auto repairman, car repairman.
Really? I'll have to double check. You know, I don't really remember him from Breaking Bad or any of those shows, but I'll double check that. See, because I
Yeah.
guarantee you he's probably in the background and like that happens to me occasionally. I'll be watching something and then like someone's like, "Oh yeah, you know X and X was in that." I'm like, "No, they weren't." I'll look back and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess they were." And then they weren't famous then, so I didn't really think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, no, he had a pretty substantial role in the series and in Better Call Saul too, but I just don't remember his name. Like, what was his name again? Shoot, recognize him.
you know, I think
Uh,
not related, but I think like one of the people they got for like the live action Gundam movie that they made like years ago was like actually one of the voice actresses for like the American TV show. So I always think that's kind of funny.
mm,
They're like she's like simultaneously tied to like two different versions of the Gundam, like a live action and an animated one. It's kind of funny when you think about it.
yeah. What is?
I mean, I guess speaking of live action, have you seen any of the look back stuff?
Look back. Look back.
The that short
No.
manga by Fujimoto that became an anime for a while.
No. Still have to get into that. I mean, I know there's been an anime about it, a couple episodes, but I don't know. No, I haven't been into that yet.
Yeah, it's supposed to be getting a live action version pretty soon. It looks pretty good. I don't know if it'll be as good as the animated version. The animated version has some just absolutely insane level quality of like I think it's like there's multiple shots that are like I think they're rotoscoped. I don't know what they are. They look so crazy. They just I don't I they literally they went as hard as they could on that movie. Literally, like some animation is just insane.
Oh, damn. Nice. Yeah. And
Like
yeah.
the opening
Yeah.
scene, it like the way it like just like the hands down on her slowly. Great stuff. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this guy.
Hey,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
him.
No, yeah.
He
It's
was.
funny. I kind of forgot that he's like in the first two seasons. Or
Yeah.
first season
And
really, I think. But yeah, I forgot he was wasn't he was in Boss too from yeah
yeah.
Far Cry 3, the game that somehow ruined the games for like a
Yeah.
decade.
Suddenly, I'm like, oh wait, I remember him. And also from Better Call Saul. I'm like, what? What's he doing in here? It's like, yeah, I was surprised by that.
Yeah, he
Uh,
has he actually has like a shockingly like a decent amount of movie credits too because I've been through his stuff. I think he's been in some pretty decent movies too, like outside of like Spider-Man: Homecoming and whatever Brand New Day, blah blah blah.
yeah. I'm like, what's he been into? Only don't know about the territories. But yeah, no, it's 2012,
Oh,
2013.
he's in the Gundam
Ah,
movie.
yeah, what?
Yeah, look, if you look right where that guy's face is, look, it says underneath it says Gundam.
Uh,
No, no, down, down. Like you see that guy, the curly hair guy right there.
yeah. Oh, Gundam. Oh,
So I guess that's
what?
the Gundam movie. I guess he's gonna be in
Gundam.
that.
Oh, the live action Gundam
Yeah, the
movie.
live action one. That's why I said he's in
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Like
yeah. It.
that's pretty cool. So I've seen The Last Templar. That's the movie I was thinking of. That's the movie I saw. I don't
Oh,
think it's like a
Elysium.
great
I
movie,
watched
but
that
yeah, I've seen that too.
years
Yeah.
ago. Like, yeah. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I don't know. Been watching anything else?
Um, honestly, I've been watching some stuff. Like I was watching a bit of this anime from like I think 2006, 2007 called Eureka 7, and it's
Ah,
probably
Oh,
one of the most like 2000s feeling shows I've ever watched.
it
Like it
started in
feels
2005, if I remember correctly.
yeah, it feels like mid 2000s. Like it's as mid 2000s as you can get. It
Have
is.
you finished watching it, or you're still
No, no,
going
no,
through
no,
it?
no. I'm very close to the end. Some stuff has been spoiled for me, but I'm very close to finishing it.
It's similar
yeah.
to which other anime? Now that I think of it, uh, because there are like I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean it's unique for some aspects, I guess. The mecha part, I guess it's
Yeah,
peculiar.
it's pretty interesting because a lot of it kind of almost feels like a fusion of like Gundam and like Evangelion concepts because like it I don't know it kind of does its own thing and the mechs are kind of humanoid but they're not quite as much as like they would be in something like I don't know Eva or like brain powered or something but they're very weird. I don't know the surfboard mechanic is pretty cool too. Like I've never seen that in like any other mech show. I don't think where they're
Yeah. I
literally
got
riding
game
around in
OP for those too.
yeah no the OPs are fantastic actually. Like all of them are really good. They like I said, it kind of oozes that like early mid thousands charm because it kind of has like this like this animation style that really isn't done a whole lot anymore. Like it looks like very early digital. You can tell. Like
Mm. I mean, 2005. It's like
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this is so like a lot of the way they color and just do stuff is probably just not how they would do it nowadays. You know what I mean? So it gives it a very
Yeah.
like. It's not bad. It's just it's very unique in the way it looks. Like at times it looks amazing. So it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's almost like it's not like 90s shows where like they just have like such high like the cells themselves have like such a high quality that like when they go back and they like make it super HD, it's like it looks like crystal clear. This more looks a little fuzzy sometimes, I guess. Kind of like I don't know if you've ever seen
Yeah.
um like I personally have never watched it either, but I watched like 2 episodes just to see what it was like. There's a series called Gundam Seed that has some of
Mm.
the most like early thousands animation I've ever seen. Like it's very rough because like even the Blu-ray masters are like hardly remaster. Like it looks better, sure, but like it's always gonna have that like kind of low poly look to it because of when it was made.
Mm. Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
it's
you
kind of like when
call.
they like it's like older TV shows like the reason a lot of them don't look super good is because they were filmed on like digital VHS and so it's like that's the quality you're going to get for the rest of you know what I mean like 480p
Mm.
is it you know what I mean there's no 720p version you know what I mean so I feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
early animes in the thousands kind of have that quality to it where it's sort of like that's it that's what you're going to get to it.
Yeah. It was also with Kaji. It was also like 720p across the board, like with everything.
Yeah no that it's funny you're talking about Kaji the whatever survivor or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one that has a very like rough like I don't know, it's like a rough but like warm look to it. It's nice. I do enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, it has its own feel to it. It has its own style. I
Hmm.
mean, I watched the OVAs from the 90s with like game cutscenes. Like, oh boy, those are not watchable anymore.
So
They're
I
not.
might be getting it confused with his other gambling manga. That is the one where he's like at the table and he like the guy talks about how there's like amphetamine and percoline and all this stuff going through the other guy's brain, and then the other guy's like, he's like, I actually got a sweep washu or whatever. I don't know. I gotta double check that because I've seen both of his gambling mangas. 'Cause he has two of them.
Mm. I
He has
mean,
Kaji, and then he has another one that where it's like
with
I can't
white
remember.
hair,
Huh?
like in other manga, like he basically looks like Kaji, but he has
Yeah.
white hair and
Yes.
he's
Yes.
wearing
Yes.
mahjong.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I think I've seen that one too. I was gonna say I'm not sure. I know I've read some of his stuff. I'm not as into his stuff as other people are, but I do know he has some pretty interesting works.
Mm. I kept kind of hanging in season 2 of Kaji, so maybe I'll get back into it, but I don't know whenever it's gonna be. Uh, Oh well. Other news. New images reveal the impact site of a SpaceX rocket on the moon collision. This thing just hits the moon, which is basically an aluminium rocket the size of a bus just hitting the thing. Yeah, new images from a NASA satellite orbiting the moon reveal a fresh 60-foot wide crater formed by a wayward SpaceX rocket that slammed into the lunar surface earlier this month. The crash involved the upper stage of Falcon 9 rocket that originally launched on January 15, 2025, carrying two commercial lunar landers. While the rocket was first staged, the booster used her for liftoff return to Earth, its second upper stage, preparing the robotic landers onto the moon. On their path to the moon, after the rocket's mission was complete, SpaceX intentionally discarded the upper stage in space, but later became clear that quirks of orbital dynamics had pushed the booster into a collision course with the moon. So, yeah, there was also footage of that released.
I feel like
Oh,
I feel like every couple of weeks we see something about SpaceX having something like either explode or smash into something.
I mean,
At this point,
yeah, a couple
like I
on,
do get it. It's rocket science, so I'm not going to judge them. But geez,
yeah, I mean, they also learn a lot from the collisions from a rocket. When a rocket fails, then you can learn from,
yeah,
this what went wrong with the thing, and then, well, boom. Now you know what happened.
That happened with
Uh,
the Challenger too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
It was like a big thing. I watched the whole documentary about it. It was actually pretty interesting, like how they went back and they figured out how like what caused it and what this and that. Like, it was just very interesting.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Where's the footage for this thing? Let's see. Mm, maybe here. Yes, yes, yes. And while talking, let me see it go. Image. Or maybe there's no footage and it was
There's
just
probably
AI
no
that was.
footage. Yeah, it's just probably AI stuff. I would assume.
God damn it. It would be funny, but like, what's the chance you actually see that? Uh, no. Uh, nah, whatever then. But yeah, I don't know. Just an artificial creator, just game to be. That's pretty interesting stuff. From time to time, I keep up with like the new
Yeah.
space information. So
Have you seen all those like voxel mods that have been going around lately
voxel mods.
for like
Oh, for
Pokemon and
that
stuff? Yeah.
move for what's it? For the Pokemon game, you mean? That was
Yeah.
shut down like a week ago or something like that.
Yeah, I saw some people playing around with the concept for Fallout 1 and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, top down thing. Yeah, I just saw that today. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, which is actually pretty interesting. I've played a bit of both Fallout 1 and 2. I've just never really beaten them because I mean, I honestly I'm not I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really like the way they play a whole lot. Like they are very archaic, and I know some people be like, "Oh, you just gotta grip and I can play old games, but man, I kind of feel like you're playing through mud sometimes. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Just the tech was not really there
no,
to.
it
Yeah,
I feel like those games would be like the perfect CRPG if they came out like in 2005. Like if they had the time and like energy and stuff that they could have put in. You know what I mean? Like they've
yeah,
been a lot better at like what they tried to do. They're good games though. They really are. They're amazing games. It's just I feel like you almost have to be like you have to be like used to that type or just like into that type of style of game to really get into them.
yeah. You need to be a really big fan of the games to be really invested into it.
Well,
But
that's why I've always told people like for better or for worse is like Bethesda games are much easier to get into. Like they are very easy to get into. Like
yeah,
you can pick it up, you can play it. Anyone can pick it up and play it. You don't need like a big speech. You don't need this and that. You don't need to know anything. You just pick it up and play it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah, yeah.
interesting.
No, no, no.
Yeah, yeah. So I saw that in the Fallout New Vegas. I've been seeing people play down with that too. Honestly, I think I wouldn't mind a mod like that that maybe had like modern features that could play like that. It'd be kind of interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Kind of reminds me of a Zoo Tycoon or a Roller Coaster Tycoon
Yeah, yeah.
environment.
It's really interesting seeing just like how perspective could change a game completely. Like, you
Yeah,
know, also to stay on, I guess, on the topic of Bethesda, but like something like Skyrim has such a different look in my memory because I used to play it on the 360 and I could never like really remember why it just looked different to me when I played on the Xbox One and the modern. It's because it's literally a new version of Skyrim. It's
yeah.
Skyrim in the Fallout 4 engine, whatever it's like in the new
Uh-huh.
creation engine. Well, Skyrim on the 360 is like the older version. You know what I'm saying? So the
Mm-hmm.
lighting and stuff like that in certain areas does actually look different, which is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. New
it's pretty
engine,
interesting when
new.
you think about that, and a whole lot of people don't even know that. I didn't either
Yeah,
until
yeah.
I
Me
kept
neither.
thinking like, man, this looks off. Like this looks off. Like this looks off. Because it
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah. And they keep comparing it for forever. You just have a fake memory of
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
experienced. So.
It was interesting, like how like just like a very subtle change can like change so lot. Like
Yeah.
yeah, speak of the devil. Uh, have you had a chance to check out any of the Fallout TV show?
Yeah, I watched season one, season two. I thought it was pretty good without playing the game. So
Yeah, no, it's as someone who has played the games, pretty solid. I thought honestly, I thought I was gonna dislike it. Like, I kind of joked around with my girlfriend. I was like, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but like I really didn't. Like I watched it and I was like, I was kind of impressed. Like they managed to make it feel like an actual TV show without it feeling like, oh look here, kid, here's a stim pack, here's a Nuka
yeah,
Cola,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
isn't that
yeah,
so
yeah.
cool? Like it actually felt more like an actual TV show. Like I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, no, I like the makeup, the creatures, or the like the I don't know the mutations that happened, all the items, and and the death of the main character. We also played in Twin Peaks. He also played really well, and
No,
caring that, but still kind of a psychopath.
no, yeah, he was pretty good in it. I was gonna say, I was kind of shocked, like how, I mean, violent it got. Like people were getting like actually exploded, and like I
Yeah.
think that was one of my favorite things is like I didn't think they were gonna keep that aspect in from the game. Like people, people in the Fallout games, they literally explode. Like it's a big deal. They do. They, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They
But
get vaporized instantly.
yeah,
Like, well,
so seeing people literally get like vaporized or their feet get knocked off, or it was kind of good.
yeah. And episode one just hammers it down what kind of world this is. Just
Yeah, no,
very very.
I almost thought at first I was like, oh, they're gonna do maybe like a lighter version of Fallout, and she might start her life in the vault, and then maybe her husband will leave and she'll leave. Nope, they just decide, you know what, everyone in the vault's gonna not everyone, but most people in the vault are gonna die, and she's gonna leave. Like, okay, I actually kind of like this opening.
Um,
Yeah.
have you guys seen Silo or heard of it?
Of
Wait,
what?
Silo. It's setting
Silo.
is
Yeah.
basically
I watched it.
right. Yeah.
Silo?
Yeah, Silo. It's set in a vault, you could say. But I mean, it's like in this world, it's like a long vertical thing, so it's called a silo.
No, I've never heard
And
of it.
yeah, it's
That's an
you
interesting
might
show.
like it, but a lot of it is set inside the vault, so it would be like imagine it was Fallout, but they never left the vault. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world
Um,
is like a nuclear wasteland basically, and you can't go anywhere, so they have to stay in the vault. And if they ever open it, then they're all dead. And
Interesting.
multiple of these silos are already dead, and they have these big cameras or big screens up of like what the world actually looks like outside. But when you get basically executed, so get out in the wasteland, in their visor they see like this big green lush planet, and they wanna clean the camera, which is like their punishment for seeing like how beautiful the world is. But no, it gets cleaned so people see how fucked up the world actually is. And then you have this whole dynamic of like trying to get to the mystery of like how the silo got to be, why we're still in there, and what there is on the outside, and like how much life there still is. So yeah,
It's interesting.
it's like we're at their third season's gonna come up. We're like in two seasons in now, so I hope this doesn't get cancelled like so many good shows that we had over the course of a couple of years.
Yeah, there's been like an insane amount of cancellations of TV shows in the past couple of years. Like they'll be like, "This is the most botched TV show we've ever had." All right, we're canceling it. No season two. See ya.
oh,
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
man. By the way, I think Koma is back. He was out for a while. Uh, I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I barely hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he.
Yeah, silo. I don't know. So it also has this mega structure vibe. Some of these areas just huge machines. They just
Yeah, I
go
was gonna
like
say it
over.
kind of has a almost like a mega structure vibe, but I would say maybe more like Metro. I don't know if you've ever played through that game series. Maybe more
Yeah, I
like
know about it, but like, yeah, it looks a bit cleaner, obviously, than the mech structure. But like, some of the underground sections are more that route, really.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you've played Metro. Metro has a lot of kind of underground mega structureness going on too in certain
Mm.
areas, and I would say that a lot of the way this looks very similar because Metro is set in Russia, so it's got like a lot of brutalism. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of the art's very
Mm.
like very round, very flat, very stone. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, those games are really good. I do recommend playing them. They do have quite a lot of very interesting set pieces.
Mm.
Like when you go to
I
the nuclear
mean,
silo, and there's other stuff.
mm, yeah, in this story, it starts out with a murder mystery with a sheriff that tries to uncover the mystery, then gets sent out, and then a mechanic from the bottom that basically holds the boiler, not the boiler. In any case, anything that gets air into the system that purifies it, that's who becomes the sheriff and then tries to solve it, etc., 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 and then shit goes downhill fast, basically from there. But I don't know.
It looks interesting. Is it an
Hmm.
Apple TV exclusive? Is that why I've never really heard of it?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
Apple exclusive show, so it's not,
Okay,
you know.
that makes sense
Am I
because like
any
this.
more audible now, by the way? Am I more audible now or less?
Uh,
A bit better, I guess.
a bit better, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think Koma has been off the stream for a bit. I don't know if you could add him back. I think he might have been
Oh,
dropped.
yeah. He's been his mic was not really working, so and also looking at things.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think the thing with Apple TV is whenever a show gets added, it's always like super high quality and really well made, but I never hear about it because it's on Apple TV.
Yeah. It's just one streaming site and don't really advertise that much. Or you just kind of like, okay, you see heard one or two series from them and not much else. And you
Yeah.
just have, you scroll back through sites and
And like if you're not if you know if you're someone who like me who doesn't have an iPhone, like there's almost like zero way for me to like ever really know what's on there.
yeah. I just do streaming sites or like illegal streaming sites. Just
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
that too.
you know sort by sci-fi from the last couple of years and just bingo. Have myself a series. I was like, nah, never used Apple products really. Maybe now.
Yeah,
Well,
it,
now and
it kind of sucks that we kind of back to the days of cable where everything is splintered once more. Everybody has their own streaming thing, and you had to have 50.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
You know?
yeah. I was telling my girlfriend the other day. I was like, man, I remember when like Netflix had like everything. It had like South Park. It had Family Guy. It had like literally every like major show you can think of that was like important to Americans. It had Attack on Titan. It had like everything, and it was all
Mm,
at once. It was at one time. It wasn't like it was everything at once. It was just it was a
mm,
great time to be like on streaming because right then it was awesome. You could do whatever you wanted, really.
yeah.
Can you imagine Netflix being the thing that we tell kids about as the golden age? Listen, back then we paid $12 or something, and we had everything for the past 100 years of TV. Could you freaking believe that?
Yeah, no, it was like I remember ordering stuff from them and like going through their catalog and they had movies I literally had never seen outside of like old rental stores and stuff like that where they were sold secondhand and I'm like how the what do you it's like at that point I remember whatever John Carpenter's The Thing movie wasn't very popular here at that point still. It was more of a cult classic. Fun fact that movie was actually like kind of derided when it first came out in America. It was actually kind of hated. Um,
Mm,
but it didn't really catch popularity. So I remember like trying to track down a copy. It was actually kind of annoying because it wasn't until like I got like I think like a DVD and VHS print like later that it actually started getting like put back out again. And like since it was a cult classic, you had to like go buy it from someone, or you had to like hope you went and found it at your Walmart or something like that. That's internet wasn't like eBay wasn't really as like a thing. It was, but it wasn't like a thing then. Like not that most people used, at least. Those people were very sketched out about putting their credit card in anything right then.
Yeah,
So
it's like nobody knew. So
yeah, nobody knew about like anything. So then when we put their credit card or anything, but I do remember that like just like going through the Netflix catalog and seeing they had like just like all these movies like They Live and just like all these like campy old Godzilla stuff and just like stuff that was hard to get here. You could just get. It was amazing.
Funny. I mean, I remember like I saw an old forum for like 2005 that somebody said that the 2003 ONA for Blame was actually on Netflix at some point in time.
Really?
Yeah,
Weird.
I think I genuinely think that's true. I'd have to double check, but I do think that's true. I remember seeing a copy on a streaming service at some point. I don't know if it was just me remembering it or if it was a disc version from Netflix, but I do think there was a version of it.
Now hold on, this is the one before the CG shot, right?
Yeah, this is from 2003, not 2007.
No, I know for sure. I'm 100% sure that I saw the CG one on Netflix.
Yeah, that was from 2007. That's the 2 episodes of like 4 minutes each or something like that. Real short. Had no dialogue.
Yeah. That thing's. It's funny. I really like the backgrounds in that one. I know it's the way it looks is controversial, but I think it kind of looks like
the backgrounds are fun, but yeah, just not much to talk about.
That's what I said. There isn't a whole lot to say about it. Unlike the other Blame OVAs, where you can kind of argue if they like an added to the story or if they're like. I've seen some people say that they're extra like logs in between the logs and stuff like that.
Yeah, just extra stuff, just things from the chapters in there. You see,
yeah,
kinds of
and
environments.
I honestly really like the one with the net sphere. I think that's probably one of I think that's probably one of the highlights of that OVA thing, where you get to see the net sphere for a short little time. They really did do it justice in that short like 20-second clip or whatever.
Yeah. And then you have obviously the DVD with DVD with all 7 shorts, because the 7th one was an extra. And then with the 2007 you got 2 statues with Sonic and Keely, and and then you have like Log 3 that has music that we can get to. They're just like intertwined with something else. So I don't know. But I don't know, it's an interesting project, obviously. It's like... Oh yeah, have you guys seen the Eclipse? Probably. It's already been like, 2 weeks at this point?
Oh, there was an Eclipse near you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like an almost 90% Eclipse. Basically.
The last clips we had here, or at least the last one I had near me, was like 2 years ago now at this point. Or year and a half ago, maybe. It's been a while. I did go out and see it, though.
They sacrificed enough people this time for the sun to come back, right? So,
yeah. It's funny because
how many times does it happen? Like once every 20 years or so?
Well,
it's something like that. Like I
something like that.
I like looked at mine, and I don't think the next eclipse that's supposed to happen near me is till like 2056 or something like that.
So we are going to be dead the next time it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Well, think positive,
I even had got glasses, because glasses for it was just like sold out everywhere, but I still got...
Funny enough, some people wanted to take pictures of the eclipse, but unfortunately for them, the sky was cloudy when they leave, so they couldn't do it. So
that sucks.
That sucks a lot.
Yeah, it was just clear skies, but Earth in Italy, it was just dark all around. So.
I got a picture of my eclipse, and then I didn't have like what's called like actual like glasses, so I made like one of those makeshift like boxes with the tin foil.
Yeah,
so I could like look through it.
And, we just bring your pasta through.
So those things actually worked surprisingly well. Like I thought it was gonna like hurt my eyes. No, my eyes were fine. I was like, okay. I was like, It's something about the how shiny the tinfoil is. It just like catches every bit of light, really.
Yeah, here was it the shadow of a tree, just old thing. I don't know. It was just
Well,
weird.
as a conspiracy guy, yeah, I need to say, look, they were just rebooting the sky. Stop falling for this nonsense.
He had to unplug it and plug it back in real quick, just to double check.
Yeah.
He noticed Earth's ping was running a little low.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or a little high, I mean, but yeah.
The fucking cable was not in good enough. She just had to ram it back.
Yeah. He said this guy's been bouncing all around his most recent match, and he checked the ping real quick.
I mean,
You know?
ancient times, they just sacrificed people just to let the sun shine again. So I don't know.
What I think is crazy too. What I
I
think is crazy about the sacrifice thing though is that like people associate it with like just like South American cultures, but if you look into it, it's like damn near everywhere used to do that at some point, and you're like, dang, everyone was just sacrificing everyone to the sun during eclipses, weren't they?
Everybody was killing everybody just for a little.
Here's what I find was crazy.
Because I've read of
how
like,
could these guys know it was coming up? How could they predict this?
so that's what I've always wondered too, because like it's like I said, it's like it's literally a universal thing. Like I've literally seen like all cultures have like done something similar during eclipses. I've always wondered like, do they just have like people who are like dedicated just for the stars, and that's why like they always knew when the stars were in orbit. Like I would have guessed, you know what I mean?
Was a thing, especially in like Middle Ages and a bit.
Yeah, I would
before
assume that like the more
ancient
advanced your
times,
civilization
like,
became.
Suddenly, the sun just, the moon goes for the sun. I'm like, the fuck, it's dark, and I'm like, oh shit, and then they recorded that because they just saw it in the sky.
But I think that's the thing that always bothered me about that. There was like eclipses only last for like 15 minutes. So like they would have had to have known it beforehand, right? Like, or did they just like freak out? Did they just freak out so hard during those 15 minutes that a couple people ended up dead? Like,
well, an eclipse takes a bit longer. It's like, it's first there's a really small gap, it's loose from it, and like an hour later, then it comes. Really
yeah,
close.
you're right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a bit longer before,
It's
whole
not
thing.
that long, at least though. At least for me, maybe I'm misremembering a bit. For me, like the one I was here, it was only about 30 minutes that it was like truly dark, maybe 25.
Well, it's like for like a true eclipse, it's like 2 minutes max. That like the moon is fully on the sun, and then before that, it's like half an hour before, and then it's half, and then an hour, then it's just the chip is gone, and then the whole process takes about an hour and a half or something.
Yeah,
like that
I was
for,
gonna
like,
say I think the one here took
whole
about like
process is done.
30 minutes before it became like pretty decently bright out again. Like it was still slightly covered, but it was like bright enough to where you could like
Yeah, it
actively
takes a while
do
for,
normal stuff. Yeah.
It completely reveal itself again. But I don't know, it was interesting experience. The glasses really helped the mother and then kid to have
Yeah,
some
no.
stuff, or else they wouldn't have watched it. So
I
Yeah.
knew someone a couple years ago. Look, this is my gun and I finished it. But
Yeah.
I knew someone a couple years ago that they decided to stare at that thing, got some eye damage from it. I'm like, why would you do
What?
Yeah, they decided they're like, oh well, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. I thought it'd just be like looking at the sun. I'm like, it's like looking at the
you
sun
have
times
serious
2.
eye damage from that thing.
Yeah, I
because
was gonna say
it's so much concentrated light that just
that's what I tried to tell him. I was like, it's like looking at the sun times squared. Like if looking at the sun's bad, it's like looking at the sun like worse. Like
yeah, it's so dumb. It's like like a couple of people here too. It's like, but I went outside just to see what happened, but nothing happened. Oh, why do my eyes hurt? I'm like, you fucking idiot. I'm like, what do you think happened? It's like,
yeah, it reminds me of this one guy. He bought a UV lamps for like his plants or whatever, and it says like don't put these near your skin or whatever because it's like they mimic like the actual sun. And he's like, oh, I should be fine. He had to go to the hospital because he was like fried red and his eyes were burnt the next day. I was
Holy
like,
shit.
oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's why I said yeah, nothing happened to him seriously. He had to put like drops in his eyes, but yeah, he had like swollen red eyes for multiple days because of the UV lights. Like you have to be careful with those specific grow lights. They can actually kind of jack you up.
What the hell was he growing? Weed?
No. He was I think he was trying to get rid of like this bacteria that was growing on his fish farm.
Fish swarm. Okay.
Yeah, and he was using like I think it was like UV like there's a type of UV light that like the moss doesn't like or something like that, and so it literally like breaks it up, but the light itself is fine for the water and the fish below, but you're not supposed to stare at it directly because it's not good for like human skin. You know what I mean? Like type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now look,
Yeah.
if he was gonna almost blind himself and burn himself,
Yeah,
he
he
should have
did. He
been
basically
growing
did.
weed.
So he didn't realize it until the next day. His skin started turning red and like literally started chapping up and started getting like dots, and then his eyes turned beet red because
That's
he didn't
crazy.
really realize it. Yep.
Damn.
Because like I said, it's like a certain type of UV that almost like chemically cleans. It's very weird. It's like so powerful. Like since he puts it on water, it doesn't actually penetrate the surface of the water very far. You know what I mean? Because it's water.
Right.
So it kills everything on the surface. Kind of. It's one of those things. But yeah, I don't think he realized like how dangerous it was. He was just like walking around it, doing stuff with it. It's pretty funny.
I hope he at least start growing weed afterwards because you have this UV light burning the shit out of everything. At least get something out of it instead of a clean tap, not just a clean.
Yeah.
Grow something you can make some money out of.
Yeah.
Imagine this guy in the dead of winter, and he's going to pick. Imagine.
Fucking-
What?
I used to like one of my friends growing up. His grandpa ran like a place. It was like a pond store. So like if you koi ponds, like he did those. So it was always interesting. I was always going over there. And he'd always had like just like the funkiest, weirdest, craziest stuff like that. And I remember doing a koi pond with him, and like I remember like slipping in one time the koi pond, and those fish would try to like bite me. They were like,
Nice.
yeah. I think they thought I was more like a snack. They weren't like trying to like actually hurt me, but like they probably thought it was like
yeah,
a
you
snack
see
or
something
something.
moving,
Yeah.
I need-
Yeah. See something move. Let me nibble it. But I remember like freaking out because I remember being like a little kid. You're 7 or 8. You act like you're
Yeah.
dying. You know what I mean? Oh my god!
Mhm.
Started screaming, hopped out, crying.
Good money for that fish skin cleaning, that eat the dead skin.
Oh, so I was looking into those. People like literally have to like starve those fish to eat the skin. I didn't know that. Like they
What
won't
the
do
hell?
that. Yeah, they won't do that normally. If you don't feed them, they will eat the skin though. I'm like, oh, okay.
Is that-
Oh yeah, those
I-
small ones. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like is reverse foie gras or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I got the CD-ROM with all the backgrounds, and I got some
Who did that?
new stuff.
Does it say who drew that?
Hmm?
It says Missouri Toyota. I can't read that.
Yeah, like a bit low
Oh, is it
res.
Minoru Toyota? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like I got them straight from the CD-ROM. The actual CD-ROM, the program itself doesn't want to work anymore. It was also in basically connecting to the original site of Afternoon, and then you just basically play the backgrounds and as a movie or something like that, and you can just use them as wallpapers, but all different artist and mangaka basically made one for him. Obviously, a lot of my goodness, goddess. Like a lot of these are pretty cool though. It's like this one for instance. Like I don't know.
That one's pretty cool.
There's some obscure stuff from the time, and here's from what's
Okay.
his name again? I believe the immortal author.
Endo.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is smooth. It is really smooth. Yeah.
Oh, Parasite. Parasite feels so much older than it is. It's one of those mangas that, like, I think it came out.
80s, so yeah.
Yeah, it has been a while, but it always feels like it's way older. It feels like it's like a 60s or 70s manga. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Clothes really doing a thing of 80s, maybe.
Is it because of these weird creatures? I've never read it. I have to check it out.
I think it's more the way he draws. Like the way he draws feels older. Like
Yeah.
Like when
maybe,
if you
but
told me
it's
that
Marvel,
Parasite
so
ended in
that creatures
1990
come back
something,
then.
I wouldn't believe you. Like it just feels more like a 80s anime or like a 80s manga or 70s manga.
Yeah. This was
Oh,
also by
interesting.
Nia.
I don't know. Maybe it's because his art style reminds me a lot of like the Galaxy 99 guy. Maybe that's why. But like I've always kind
Ah,
of like
Inspiration from back in the day.
I mean I wouldn't be shocked if that was his major inspiration. Like
But
but yeah,
there
like I
is
said, I don't know why, but Parasite just like it doesn't to me. It's never seemed like a show, a series that wrapped up in '95. I don't know why. It just never has. Like I've always thought it was older.
yeah, there's something for Koma. It's like history. Just
Yeah,
almost.
his story or whatever. I think history. I think it is just pronounced history, right?
Yeah, basically. I don't know. It's just, oh, it's pretty cool. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Do you like
so
his history or whatever? Have you? I've only read some of it.
I mean, I know there's an anime coming out, and the manga's been around for a while, but I haven't really. No, I haven't not read it. Basically.
I um I think I was more into Kingdom. Uh, I don't know. I need to give it another shot, but I didn't like it as much as I did Kingdom. So unfortunate though.
Mm, I mean, yeah. Hey, Mushishi. Like some of
Yeah.
these were already online, on, like random sites of the authors, whatnot. But I'm like, this is by Yakike, like Mushishi.
Yeah.
whoa, nice. What is
There's
this you're looking at? This is
something
like
else. Yakike again.
it's done by
I
no,
heard
this
nothing of
here.
that.
Your mic is it's fighting you
Fuck.
today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a 42 backgrounds basically. And some of these stuff's just never been online. So
So yeah, the guy who did the art for the whatever Nihei at the beginning was the guy above you. Not this picture, but the ones two above. That one.
this.
Yeah. I believe he was so
Oh.
that's his series. He didn't do this art, but that's his series. Love Roma is his series.
Mm. But the same guy that's also at Storm.
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder who did this art for him. Someone. It looks like it's a weird collab art. I don't know. But yeah, one of those series is his, the Love Roma. That was the one who did the one for Nihei. I looked it up.
Can be.
All right, 1 second. I'll try to reboot here. I might be back.
I'll be back. Yuki Yoshiuda. Also, I don't know. This is really nice. There's some shows just like, only been mangas. I have no clue about it, but I don't know. That's cool.
I'm surprised that Nihei didn't draw anything for anyone in this.
Yeah. He did.
What did he draw?
Back this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me about that. He drew the bird. I wonder what it's from. Does it say?
Yeah.
Interesting. Knowing Nihei, he
No.
probably picked some fucking canceled manga, like manga that had like
course
4
not.
chapters or something in it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's really kooky.
It says let's say Najakui. Najakui. I can't see it because it's really low res on my screen, but
Yeah, mine too. I don't know. Maybe I
Najukai
can
maybe.
zoom in on my phone or something like that. Can zoom
Yeah,
in.
yeah, maybe. But I would assume it's I don't know. Nihei always be drawing crazy stuff though.
Oh yeah, I mean. Let me see, bro. Cookie. Cookie. Yeah, it's let me. And then.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably like an unknown series here or something that got canceled or something. Knowing Nihei,
Probably
he probably chose like the one, the one magazine that got canceled
one
with him.
manga with like 3 chapters with nobody in their mile or
Yeah. Even the other
Yeah.
mangakas, like the other mangaka who draw, it's probably like, man, he chose me. Okay, I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but
I
nice.
used the CD-ROM cover with all the artists. So
Yeah,
maybe the
I wish I
Japanese.
could get that calendar, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find it. I've only seen it that one time when he showed it to me.
Yeah, no,
That
I
was
mean,
just
I've seen
because
it
like I
on,
wanted to make sure it was like real, and he like pulled it out and he's like, yeah, it exists. I'm like, well, at least I know it exists.
I mean, I knew it already from Makari or some other Japanese sites, but it's just pretty expensive and not easy to get to, basically.
No, yeah, no. It's one of those things I always see people try to like way overprice, and I've never understood why necessarily. Like,
Just to get money.
that's what I thought. It's just kind of a bit ridiculous, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I also seen it on.
Especially because
Vinted.
like Nihei stuff, like the only one who's gonna be buying it is probably be me or you or some other guy we've never talked to, but somehow buys everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, some of this stuff is just so unknown. I'm like, why would you put so much money into it, except for the art book? Because I've seen also on Vinted like a couple of posts that people just selling like the French version for Blame and so on for like 70, but it's still being printed in French for 24. So I'm like, why do that?
Yeah,
And I'm like, maybe it's just wait.
I was gonna say I saw someone buy. So I've been keeping an eye on like the first edition of Blame for a long time, and I saw someone buy it for like probably like $200-300, and I don't think it was you, obviously, because I don't think you would have spent that much money, for the first edition of Blame, and it makes me wonder like who the fuck bought it? Because like if I didn't buy it, then you already have one, don't you?
Of what?
The
art
first
book?
edition of Blame, like in the magazine.
The magazine. The magazine.
Like the 1995, like the first, whatever, not 1995, but the
That one.
1997.
No, I bought like way before I even knew he existed. That guy. No, I bought the magazine before him. No.
Yeah, and then, so yeah, so I know someone out there bought the very first issue of Monthly Afternoon magazine with it, but they paid like $350 for it. And like I said, I wonder who it was, because like if it wasn't us, and then like. And I haven't seen anyone post it on the Twitter, so that means there's probably just someone out there buying his shit and just putting it in their collection somewhere.
Just hides it, hoards it.
Yeah, yeah, I think there is, because that, and then something else, one of his magazine, one of the ones that hasn't been scanned. So it has like a version in the, what's it called? Hurting my head. Blame and So On, whatever, the magazine, like it has a version of it that in there, but it's not actually in the manga itself, and it's not actually in the Japanese version either. It's like that one picture of, it's like a painting of like Sibo and Sonicon. And so that was on sale there too on eBay, and then someone bought that too, and then it was just gone like one day. I was looking for it.
What's now considered to like the most expensive manga in English? It used to be Gantz, maybe. Mushishi now
Gantz is so cheap now. Gantz is so cheap now. Yeah, they basically give it away.
Mushishi lost lots of value since the new edition
so
came out.
actually, it's probably a shoujo. The shoujo here are fucking ridiculous, dude. Like this one girl I know, she has this series called like, I think Basara or something like that. I don't know how it's like BASRA. I don't know. Her set's probably $1,000, like maybe even more. It's just it's ridiculous here. Like maybe it's gone down in price, but like for a while there, like people were literally paying just insane prices for it.
Like if I go on eBay.com, let's go to .com because that is the most accurate market for US manga. I search for manga and I look for the most expensive sold listing, and let's see what it is. Could be anything actually. Price
Yeah.
plus highest first. Let's see. There is like a One Piece Black Label volume sold for what the fuck is this shit, guys? Honestly, I will put the link on chat here so that you can open it, Mars, so we can show it.
Yeah, but I think that was like a Logan Paul thingy where like he's like was
Oh
trying
yeah, also Logan Paul did that shit.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, I think he was trying to like try to inflate the fucking market. So I think
Oh yeah, there are also
things
the
got-
the Shonen Jump from 1986, 84 with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Need to get into my eBay account for this shit. Why?
You just have to open the link I posted on chat.
Yeah, I know, but I just
Yeah, no, it's asking for eBay account.
Yeah.
Really? Oh well,
Yeah.
I am logged, so
Right.
Yeah, you know,
you don't need to make another account. Usually the
No,
account
it's
is
just account I already have,
worldwide.
I'm like that. Oh,
So
yeah,
this is
sure.
only Logan Paul. He bought all of this stuff at once, I guess.
Oh, yeah. One Piece, Jesus Christ, Black Label, Monkey D. Luffy. Bro, who's gonna buy this? Nobody's gonna buy. Like, oh, these are cards.
Go down more.
Oh, so there. I
Yeah,
guess there
that
was
one is
also-
like a Shonen Jump from 1984.
Yeah. With,
So if you want to talk
Dragon
about
Ball.
like probably the most like actual like that's just like a normal manga that just sold here, that's probably worth the most like just now, like because a lot of that stuff that you see right there really wasn't sold here. Like it's just someone that bought here and now is selling it. You know what I mean? Because no one sold Berserk here in the 90s. So I would say the thing that was like actually sold here that was worth the most is probably like the Dark Horse signed volume cover for Lone Wolf and Cub. So that was sold here. They only made so many copies, and it's like it regularly goes for like $1,200 by itself now. It's less than this stuff, but it actually was sold here. I don't think any of these volumes were technically sold here.
Jujutsu Kaisen, what the fuck?
Yeah, like the first prints and stuff like that. No, that would have been sold here.
Yes, it's 2018. Who gives two shit?
And then I saw some other people say that Musashi and Knights of the Zodiac frequently go for 1,500 to more. And then also, I guess Basra, a complete version of it, sold at auction for $4,000. I told you that series is not cheap. Not cheap.
I mean, what would you guys personally want to spend the most or something? Like, what would be your limit, and what would it be?
On like limit for like price or like limit for what I would get or
price?
I don't know. About
price.
Like, 50 for Blame and So On original art book.
I don't know. I mean, I think the most expensive thing I bought was like an autograph from Nihei. It was like $250, I think.
Okay.
It wasn't cheap.
For free.
Yeah. Not everyone gets as lucky as you. But so I think it was like $250. That's I probably would. I don't know. I think I was gonna pay like $500 for something that was like it was autographed by him, and then it was also like two other things. I can't remember what it was, but I ended up selling it out, and then that's probably the most I'd pay for something though. Like if I had the money and I was rich, I'd probably I wouldn't. I wouldn't. To be fair, even if I was rich, I would not pay for any of that stuff you're seeing in front of you right now.
Yeah, no,
there's no way that there is no way that Goku card or that Naruto thingy or whatever is worth $14,000. There's just no way.
First and foremost, you have to like what you are seeing.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, even
Like,
if it's that valuable, you have no reason to buy it unless you would like resell.
And I
it
think the
for a
thing that
profit.
also turns me off from wanting to buy it is I know some of this stuff was literally only like a couple $100, if not less, a few years ago. And it's only going to be inflated for so long until the market eventually busts. And then it's going to, don't wrong, it's never going to go back down to where it was, but it's also not going to stay to where it's $13,000 for all this stuff anymore. That's
Okay,
not going to
I
happen.
hope he's buying it.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think that there's a chance that this is some kind of CIA money laundering operation? Because
No,
I cannot fathom.
No,
Yeah,
what
it's
happens
more
is
for manga.
no, what happens is there's a lot of rich Americans here who feel that they once they get money, they always want to get into some new thing to invest, and so they always pick up like some new thing to get invested. They happen to video games, it happened to TV. Like it's gonna happen to anime stuff for a little while there until they realize that they won't make the money back. Like so, like a couple years ago, I think we've all kind of forgotten that now, but there was like that Mario copy sold for like 1.3 million. And that Zelda copy sold for like 1.2 million or something like that. Like none of those games are even worth a fraction of that now. I think the most recent copy sold for like 100,000 or something like that. It's worth like 10 times less. So I think we're actually just probably getting close to the fever pitch for anime stuff, and then it'll probably eventually go down. Now, do I think it'll ever reach back where it was? Probably not, but it'll at least come back to like gravity at some point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Now,
It's like the
I-
so like so it's like those copies of
well, I'm just saying, I know the idea is to buy it and get rid of it before the bubble, right? Before the bubble bursts.
that's what a lot of people do. Yes, that's what a lot of these guys are in. That's why they're in here. They're in to get out as quick as they can, and once the bubble pops, they're out. They're never
just
coming
don't
back.
care about
No, they
serious
don't.
at all. There's no money. That's it.
Yep.
Right, but I mean,
So they
you know
go-
what? It might get,
Yokohama, for instance, like the deluxe edition that's been selling. That's already some volumes already like 50 euros being sold at.
Yeah.
hold on, and those are recent prints being sold for a slightly inflated price.
I think
Yeah, it's also been out of print for a while now. So people
honestly,
trying to-
I wish that companies there's like a very easy solution to scalping is like I wish companies like didn't let you sell something that's brand new for like the first like month. Like people probably wouldn't scalp as hard for like things like Steam controllers and manga and this and that like on the very first day if like they knew that they couldn't put it on eBay the first month.
Right.
You
So
need
that's
a
why
law that makes you need a law like the company itself can do so much to prevent it.
Yeah.
If they don't implement like a law for it specifically,
That's what I
government-
mean. Like I would have it to where like genuinely if I was attorney, I would just have it something where like they couldn't enter it in, like a product in if it hadn't like been like like had been like out for longer than so long. Like I would have to because like man, people are just stupid. I know eBay loves it because they make a lot of money, but like at the end of the day, it's just I mean that's probably why there's been such a drought in electronics and stuff the past couple of years because like I've been seeing companies put out like ads like, "Don't just change your phone, upgrade this and that." Like, no one's upgrading because like everything's expensive and it gets sold out 2 seconds anyways. Like, everyone's kind of lost that the hunger. It's like when the new consoles came out, it kind of broke everyone. Like, everyone realized like, oh, this is just how it's going to be to get anything from now on, like ever. Like,
ready
Right,
to spend 1K for a PS6.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, so like a lot of people I know just they literally stopped playing games then, or they switched to PC, or they just kept their old console and they just be playing on the same stuff because of that. Like it generally broke like a lot of people.
I mean, look,
say that.
I think it reached such a point now where there's such a great backlog of games that if you play on any device just with emulation, right, and the new stuff requires such an investment that is just not worth it, and it sucks anyway. Or at least it's not nearly as good as the price that they need to pay to get into the game now, right? So we're seeing a rejection. Oh, you're not gonna you're selling me a card for $1,000. How about I just don't play this new shit and I play the 10,000 ancient games that exist?
Well, I was gonna say it's funny because like I would argue that like AAA or not AAA, but like indie games and their stuff have gotten like better than ever. but like AA games are probably at the worst state they've ever been in. Like at least like the massive like AA games from like Ubisoft and stuff like that. Like at least like they used to put out like at least playable games. Now those games are just they're just not very good like at all.
Well, what?
Like
Well,
on
it's
technical level and visual level, play level, it's just you'd be like, man, they're still releasing this. Like, all right.
Here's what's weird to me. It's weird for me to even think of Ubisoft releasing AA games, but I think I get what you're saying. You know, I just imagine like that is a good example of how bloated the industry has become. Imagine a game that would have been a AAA game 5 years ago is now a AA game.
Yeah, I
You
would
know?
say like Ubisoft games hardly feel like AAA, and it's not even just that. Like I would argue, a lot of AAA games don't feel like AAA anymore because like they're so focused on like graphics or like this and that. Like a lot of the games are very short. They don't have a whole lot to them, and they're just not very good, and they just end. It's one of those things, and it's like
And
but-
one of the things they try to do to slightly inflate the price is all the pre-order add-ons and then all the like even for single player games, which is just insane. Isn't it immersion breaking to see like in a Far Cry game I went into a store and the store actually had a place to put in real money. The in-game store. Right? Like that's so ridiculous. So like you could grind to get a helicopter, to have the money to buy a helicopter, or you can pay with 600 UB bucks or something like that. You know? I think
Yeah.
people rejecting this, I think.
So like I think my thing with games is like I've never really like cared about immersion or anything like that. I guess maybe I'm staying up. I more like care that they're fun, and I'd argue that like video games just aren't as fun. Like I feel like there's always a lot more to get into things. Like I think my thing I just miss is like being able to like pick up the controller and like log in. Now I like or play or something like now like I literally have to do a lot of stuff before I play like any video game. It feels like it's like, oh, you got to do your daily challenge, do this and that, and then you got to log in, and then you got to make sure the servers are working, and then you got to make sure you can get your friend in here, then you can find a mission, and then it's like, oh, you got to make sure it's actually wanting to make sure your friend works today, and he's actually joined for some reason. It's going to tell you your friend's offline, even though he's online. It's like stuff like that. It's just frustrating.
Is this a console game you're talking about, or is it a PC? Because I don't really play a lot of online games.
Honestly, I have that issue on no matter what platform I play on. I know people be like, it's a console thing. It's like no matter what platform I cannot seem to get multiplayer games to work right.
I actually wasn't gonna be a PC master race person here because there were times where the console version worked because it was like I think that they put more effort into getting that working because it's like a lockdown system. I don't know, and maybe it was simpler. And stuff just kind of works. Oh, you know what had worked really good? The free multiplayer, the free co-op stuff on the PS3 actually worked really good, and it was free. You know, that was at the time that was mind blowing. And you know that actually the first online game I played was on PS3, even though I had PC long before that. You know, I was playing the Uncharted co-op online was fun, and I was sad that they never really seemed to bring back that. And then of course after that it was paid.
I guess funny because Iron's on it right now, but GTA 6. How do you guys think? What do you think it's going to happen? Like,
I mean,
I think it's going to come out. It's going to sell well, but I do think it's going to leave a lot of people disappointed and probably mark like another big shift in the industry.
People already bought
I know
it,
that this
like the
feature has,
pre-order.
like, the whole build basically, because how else can you just write literally stuff in the game? And first he released the footage.
I would
for
not
the
play any of
game,
that
and now
footage,
he
by the
wants
way.
money out of it. Obviously, it's just a money thing. Just to hold it for ransom. Like, how the fuck did he get the whole fucking copy from the thing? It's like,
Yeah, it reminds me when those people hacked PlayStation a couple years ago, and they stole a bunch of source code and this and that, and they tried to hold it for ransom, and Sony's like, "Oh, we don't really believe you have it," and they released like everything. They released like the source code for like multiple Sony games, and then whatever the early build for Wolverine and the other stuff. I remember that. It's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, I
And,
heard.
and they were able to,
I remember that.
that stuff was, they were able to get that running on PC, right? From what I understand, because it was like a PC build.
Yeah, I think it was. It's hard to say because I don't know if PlayStation had started pivoting from games right then on PC because now I know they're not doing them. But I bet you anything they probably did have a PC build in the works at the time because this is what
Right, but
that was like 2024.
now what I'm saying is this though, like, it's not necessarily that the game is releasing on PC, but the build that they had worked on PC because it's the same thing with Grand Theft Auto 5. Because sorry, 6. I don't think that they were going to release on PC at launch, but that is a build that works on PC because didn't they do the same thing? They did the same thing with 5, and I think they mentioned that they were doing something similar with 6. I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember
so GTA 5 didn't release on PC on right away. It released a year later, or like a year and a half, or maybe 2. I can't remember. It was a bit a while after, but it's usually because Rockstar is just kind of slow at getting stuff ready for computer. Like, if I'm being real, like people always be like, it's because they don't want the mods. I mean, Rockstar has modders day one on Xbox anyway, so they didn't really stop anything, did they? That's what I was gonna say. Like, it's just I think Rockstar just wants to get it out on console as quick as possible, get as much money as they can, and then double dip a year or two later.
Well, no, my theory is kind of it's double dipping is part of it. Because I think that people will buy it twice. That is one.
Yeah, no,
but
definitely. People will literally go out to buy a PlayStation just to buy it on their PC 2 years later.
And but I think one of the reasons is they don't want people to crack it. They don't want people. We're trying to get because imagine this build is out right now and it doesn't require connection to anything. So it's almost like a cracked version out already. Is that what it is?
No, I think he does said it requires like authentication or whatever checks or something like that. I have to double check what was all said. I know it's not like I don't know. I saw some people saying that it might be able to be leaked up on Twitter. Then I saw other people saying that no, it wouldn't even matter if he leaked it. We probably couldn't play it. So I don't know. I think it's one of those things where we kind of have to see because it could be like Pokemon leaks where it's like they do have the game early, but they can't actually give it to us.
All right.
I do know that one of the Pokemon. I can't remember if it was one of the most recent Pokemon games or if it was the one that was like 3 Pokemon games ago. I don't know. Quite a few Pokemon games came out for the Switch, so it gets confusing. But I know that one of the Pokemon games did get leaked a couple days early, I believe, and like you could play it early. But I don't quote me on that. I can't remember.
But I'm ready. If you say this thing needed authentication for this guy to run it, I'm interested to see how he got that.
So he could have a jailbroken PS5. They are rare, but there was like a certain software update for PS5 that I know that if you didn't update from that, you could jailbreak it. So I don't know if he's doing that and he's running like his own custom software or something like that on there that's letting him do this, or because that could be it.
Hold on, I actually thought it was the PC version because somebody was showing some frame rate, a frame rate counter. At least I think so.
It could be. I have no clue. I thought it might have been a modded PS5, but maybe PC probably does seem more likely. Just it makes more sense. But it'd be weird that if he got a PC build a hold of like, the console versions, I guess, because the console version is probably be done. Like knowing Rockstar, the PC version is probably not done at all. So I don't know. And I've heard that GTA 6 isn't done either, though. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. So I don't know. Who knows? It's gonna be crazy. I do know these last couple of months are gonna be chaos. Like this last like push to the GTA, it's gonna be nuts.
Well, I still couldn't believe anybody had it. I thought all those videos were AI. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, me too.
This is impossible.
Are you talking about the one where it shows him like driving in the city or whatever? I thought that video was fake. I was like, oh yeah, that's clearly AI. And then someone's like, 100% real.
I saw a bunch of videos. There was one with the girl on the boat. I think City was one. I mean, and also I was wondering, could it be the PC version? Because they still have to get it to run on console. They had a kind of because I do think it looks a little too good. I don't know. What do you think?
Um, I think it's one of those things. Is I think a lot of people, including myself, have sort of forgotten how good modern games should look if they're just running off of hardware that is just meant for uh, Xbox Series and PlayStation, because like those consoles are significantly more powerful. But I think the reason that they haven't felt as powerful is because like half the games have come out for PlayStation and Xbox One. Or they were already being made for PlayStation and Xbox One, so they just look like slightly better PlayStation and Xbox One games. There's very few, like I would say, like this feels like truly only could play on like like a next gen console. Stalker is probably one of those
Right.
games. I would say that game feels pretty next gen. It's
Which game
probably
was
like
that? Sorry.
Stalker 2. That game feels pretty
Yeah.
next gen. But like
Oh, what about Alan Wake 2? No, I thought Alan Wake
Alan
2
Wake
didn't
2,
look
yeah,
as
no,
good.
that's also another one. That also feels pretty next gen. I would say it that and Stalker both kind of have maybe like you could tell that they were started for the previous gen at one point, but they do feel more next gen than a lot of other games. Like a lot of other games, I would say they almost feel like Xbox One games with like a plus next to it. Like they don't like I mean literally they feel like, slightly upgraded version. Like they don't feel like a
Right.
true because I don't feel like any of these consoles are really like taking advantage of it because like I don't know. Video game optimization isn't what used to be either though because everything's kind of been streamlined and sped up and they're not trying to squeeze out as much power as possible. They're trying to make sure this thing can even run because they have 15 other builds that they got to push through by the weekend. You know what I mean? Like they don't. I think
Right.
I think it also doesn't help that they optimize for like so many stuff now too. Because like back then it was like, oh, let's release some PlayStation, Xbox, this and that. Like only big companies did that. Now everyone does that. So
What do you think of a lot of people thought that Demon Souls was one of the few games that looked like it was, making use of the PS5. I don't know.
yeah,
Uh,
honestly, it's funny because I know a lot of hardcore FromSoft fans hate the Demon Souls remake. I will say it's probably one of the prettiest games on PS5 still. Years later, and
right.
I think it's because Bluepoint simply knows how to do stuff better than a lot. I mean, they did. I don't think they exist anymore. I think Sony friggin' ripped them apart, which is hilarious. But
Yeah. They were
when they
the
were around,
technically.
they used to know how to make some of the best graphics, like in any like anything. Like, I mean, they worked on the graphics in a lot of games.
One of the things that now I understand where the Demon Souls fans are coming from. Artistically, is nowhere close. Artistically, they took a lot
Yeah,
of
no.
liberties with designs.
Well, it's I get what they're coming from is like a lot of what makes the original Demon Souls. Demon Souls is very dark, it's gritty, it's ugly, it's dirty, it's disgusting. The new Demon Souls is almost like gothic. It's very clean. It's very high art almost. It's almost like a true fantasy. Whereas like the I don't explain it. The original Demon Souls almost felt grungy, I guess. Like it felt like
Right.
really grimy. Felt like you're putting on a layer of mud to play that game.
And I'm playing the original, right? So like I was emulating it, and you know what? It sounds unbelievable, but that game emulates with a mouse and keyboard really good, and it actually makes the arrows a lot more feasible. It sounds crazy, um,
Yeah,
but yeah. I mean, even I could see, not even being very far in the game, that I see exactly what it's saying with the design. Like, and I have this problem with the Shadow of the Colossus remake too, and I couldn't quite vocalize it. But if I have a big open barren field, it might not have been because I wasn't able to fill it with grass and trees and stuff. I might have wanted to make it barren. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I think that is a problem with the new one. well, let's have this castle, and we're gonna have houses and minarets, because I'm sure these guys would have wanted it that way, but they couldn't. No, this is how it was. They changed one of the guys. There's like a fat guy, a fat enemy, uh, a baron or something like that. But he had like an enigmatic design in the original one. And now he's kind of like he's just covered in boils or something like that. You know, he had like a black face, and he uh what was it? Oh yeah, you wasn't sure if it was a mask or if it was his face. You know, kind of weird stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that they changed him entirely in the new one. You know, so
Yeah.
I think that is why people have they have not let them make a Bloodborne remake. I've heard people saying that. I don't know how true it is. How true it is, but
Honestly,
yeah, I
I've
think
always wondered if Sony kind of doesn't really like that like FromSoft made that like because it almost feels like that they don't like that it's more popular than a lot of their IPs. Like it almost feels like a bit of like a pettiness from Sony, where it's like,
ah
oh, you guys like that better than our games? Well, you're not getting it again. Because it's like I've
oh
never seen
man,
more company more like insistent on just ignoring a game. Like they fucking ignore the shit out of that game, and they technically own the rights to it too. I don't think like I know FromSoft made that game, but I don't think they actually own the publishing rights to it. I think it's Sony.
that's crazy.
That's what I was
That's
gonna say,
crazy.
but Sony, like I said, I generally do believe they almost have like a chip on their shoulder, a little bit, like almost like Bethesda, a little bit with like Obsidian, where it's like, haha, we like you guys, but not enough to let you guys do another game, like one of those things, like
Damn. So they hate money then. That's what it's saying. It's weird.
yeah, and I
What?
don't think. I think PlayStation. I don't know. Maybe personally, I feel like maybe the executives feel a little like miffed that people request for that more than their own games type of deal. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just me being
well,
petty, but
uh,
I know. But company executives are petty too. You got to think about it. A lot of these guys are literally like 40-year-old man children who do stuff for pettier reasons. So I mean, I wouldn't be.
um,
Yeah,
But
Demon
yeah.
Souls. Yeah, Demon Souls is a. I think Sony owns the right to that too. Funny enough, they own the rights to. That's what it is. I think they own the rights to Demon Souls and Bloodborne, but then FromSoft made them both.
right. It's like, and sometimes there's like a similar position, but a little different. Like there was, I think Platinum owns Bayonetta, but Nintendo owns Bayonetta 2 and 3, or something
Yeah.
weird like that.
Yeah, I think like it's like Bayonetta came out on their platforms, but like Nintendo has rights to Bayonetta 2 or something like that or something. Yeah, I
Right.
think you're right. I have to like double check, but it is something weird like that.
Because it explains why there's Bayonetta 1 HD on PC and other consoles, but no Bayonetta 2 or 3 on anything else.
Yeah,
Um,
I do think it's something weird like that. I do think they got the rights of it eventually or something like. I don't know. Nintendo's a weird company because they have a lot of rights to like a lot of random crap, and they always get it like randomly.
yeah, and then it's like,
Also,
it will prevent a future re-release. You know, it sucks in a way. You know what I mean?
I mean, Nintendo is gonna definitely re-release it. This is Nintendo. They're like the one company.
Oh yeah,
that's
no, but I mean,
re-releases stuff.
it'll be released in a weird way. You have to remain subscribed online or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? Like these, like the, like you
Depends.
can't buy Nintendo games outright. You can't buy the old ones outright. You have to remain subscribed. That's incredibly stupid.
It
You know?
depends with Nintendo. They do remasters and re-releases, but it's only if they think they can make enough money off of it. So like a good example is the 1,000-Year Door and Super Mario RPG. Both of those aren't on fucking the streaming service because they thought they could make more money off of just re-releasing it. Same with Twilight Princess. Not Twilight Princess. What's the other one? Skyward Sword.
I would.
They thought they could make more money releasing it. And they probably are right. They probably could make more money re-releasing it than putting it on like a streaming service or something like that.
yeah.
So it's interesting. I guess Nintendo's one of those companies it's kind of hard to pin down what they're going to do. I don't think they like to be like predictable. They like to kind of have like their, wow, that comparison next by is throwing me completely off. That green to the fucking statue just looks insanely different. that doesn't even look like the same game.
But
Where he's
one
like
looks
holding
like
that
a
sword
corpse,
right there
the
where it says
other
the
looks just deceased.
yeah. So I said that. So that's why. But yeah, yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to see. Kind of what's funny about Nintendo too is like they have like a shocking amount of like rights to like random animes too, like
What?
the games.
Really?
Yeah. Because you know, like they're tied in with like a lot of just random stuff because of Pokemon and stuff like that. So they have random rights to random TV shows.
Not,
They've
no,
also made
I
a
expected
lot
that
of
of
animes for their
Black
stuff and
Maiden?
just, huh?
People seem like to like the Black Maiden or something. Can't guess why, but anyway. And a little side note: I know who's the author of that bird. This manga. You know
No,
the
what is it?
Haikyuu? This is a comedy manga from my afternoon back in the day. It's literally a bunch of animals that can communicate.
Oh, not to cut you off, but did you see that the last Turan finally got published?
The Last Ran.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
that was that artist that's on Twitter that's making I mean you've seen his art. I've shared stuff with you. You've shared his stuff too. You
Oh,
should look it up on Kodashanya if you want. Yeah, he was in that one thingy where they had like that voting thing for people who to like vote for the manga they liked the most. You know what I mean? And he was the
right.
leader for a while until the very last day, and then he dropped out of the top 5. And so they just gave him a spot, looks like. It's spelled T, I think, or TE, I mean. I think it's TERRAN. I can't remember.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, like, there's a lot, it's unbelievable how much I don't know. I mean, it's like, and more stuff is coming out, you know, so at a rate
Yeah,
that is,
yeah.
is uncatchable, you know?
I'm gonna look up the name real quick.
Before I forget, I've been watching this old anime on YouTube, Qbhall. I don't know if you ever heard of this. I actually like it a lot. It's the famous samurai Jubei that everybody has always mentioned. Jubei Yagi, I think it was. He's always in various
Doesn't
animes.
ring any bells. The Last Ran.
Yeah. So it's spelled TERRAN.
Okay.
What's the premise of it?
Hmm. Last animals. No.
Nah. It's spelled TERRAN.
Okay.
Or like a citizen of hood.
Manga.
Yeah, there we go.
Tyrant. Teron. Oh, that's Racket. What's my age? I don't fucking know. 17, 28.
They're not gonna let you read it if you put 2026. I do think it has a parental discrepancy thingy, whatever.
It's so dumb they always.
Yeah,
do
I was
that.
gonna say because I do think this one is one of the ones that has like
When
the
was you
stupid
born?
thingy.
I was born in 2026. Sure.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one that was like it's very like his art's very Nihei inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it finally got published. He did change some of the art from the first thingy. Funny enough, I think he's a bit of a redrawer like Nihei because that panel right there is different, and then a couple of the panels in the beginning are different from his original version, which sucks because if I had known that he was going to do that, I probably would have downloaded the entire original version. But yeah, he ended up changing his stuff. But yeah, I mean, it looks really interesting.
Yeah, looks pretty
Well, so are they?
good. Kind of rough
correct.
characters designs. Like here for the zombie looks a bit but for ships and planets.
So
Looks pretty good.
the premise is the premise is I guess he's the last surviving human.
Kind of reminds me of Leviathan, kind of, but that's even
Yeah, I
more.
was thinking the same.
Isn't it? I think it's made by the same dude. Isn't Leviathan that one manga that came out in like France but never released in America?
And
Yeah, well, it was in Japan, but they couldn't find a publisher, so they went to
to France.
France. And now it's also in English, by the way. It's also been published.
And Italian as well.
Sweet.
What's it called?
Leviathan.
It's still called
Leviathan.
Leviathan. Oh, I thought they changed the name for the fucking English one.
Nope. No, not the same guy. It's another guy. Lasteran. Nope, that's another guy. Nee, Leviathan was done by... I have it here. Leviathan by Shiro Qbhall. Yeah.
And I guess the illustrator was Yu Kenutani.
Yeah. I ain't really sure. It's the same guy, because I don't really see a second name on the back. But I don't know, this manga looks pretty cool.
Oh, you read it already?
This? No. Leviathan. Yeah, I read Leviathan. We talked about it a few times, so. But this manga new. There's kind of max into it and lots of violence.
But I take it the premise is this guy is the last human on the ship, or possibly in the universe.
Well, will be probably. If I see the fucking death count going around, and a lot of idiots are gonna live that long. Oh, nice is that? Yeah. Maybe I'll be reading that.
It looks really interesting. It's kind of got like a lot of body horror vibes going on too in the first chapter.
Yeah, his faces could use a little work, but background stuff he's pretty good at.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of anime that's like about big ideas, and they don't focus as much on some of the detail, like like Nihei especially. A lot of his stuff is kind of rough, but I think it adds to it.
Yeah. It's in a different way. Like Nia is obviously really detailed.
Yeah.
And, this guy's
So
personally-
it's I can't remember who the writer is for this. It's also one of the situations where it's being drawn and then someone else is writing it.
Original concept by Hiroshi Takashi, manga by Tatsami Itamojo.
Maybe not. I don't know. I thought someone else was working with him, but maybe not. I thought someone else was writing it. Maybe that was just for the pilot. Maybe though. Maybe that wasn't like a permanent thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's being written and drawn by one person.
I do think it might be, yeah, because he's very new to the he's been posting stuff on Twitter. Like you probably have seen his Twitter posts, they get really good traction. But he's very new to manga. I already know you have. You've shared some of his stuff before.
Yeah. I mean,
He did this one picture. I wish I could explain it, but it's like a guy sitting in front of a giant alien thing, and it's in red, and he's has a gun hold up, and it was really popular on Twitter.
Probably. I mean, I see lots of stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, it's got a lot of blame vibes. So you shared it too, but it this was also a year or two ago. So this is also before he got published.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've been following Ghost in the Shell. I mean, damn, the last episode that is Beast is just really nice.
I ain't seen that one yet. I haven't seen the latest one yet.
It's pretty nice. Let me real
I mean, I do like that I do like that it feels hand drawn. You know, it feels like it could have come out.
Well, I was gonna say, speak of Ghost in the Shell, did you see that Oshi's new anime is coming out pretty soon?
Votom.
Gundam, yeah, Photoms, yeah, I know.
Votoms, not Gundam.
Yeah, not Gundam Photoms, yeah.
Oh, don't make that mistake. Somebody
Votoms
will
is kind
kill
of
us.
like if like Gundam was like, let's go to Vietnam and get like really depressed.
Ah.
Votoms
And
is
that
really
might, that
crazy
might
though.
be why they started to beat.
Well,
You know?
I was, funny enough, I'm probably gonna do a rewatch of Votoms soon. I'm not sure entirely. Votoms is it's very unique. It's probably one of the like craziest old school shows like that. Like the first arc is kind of similar to like Blade Runner, and the final arc is very similar to Space Odyssey 2001.
What? All right, that's quite a.
Yeah, but it's an 80s anime too, so it's got a lot of 80s flair to it. It's just you would have to watch it to really understand it. It's really cool. It's very unique.
You also have
So they were just swinging for the fences back then. You know, nobody knew what was gonna stick.
No, yeah, no. It's one of those series that basically has like every style of show in it, and it somehow works because like it even has like almost like a Vietnam War aspect to it too, almost like a Full Metal Jacket arc. It's really interesting. Like, I think it can be kind of hard to parse sometimes because it's a bit dry. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's a war anime. There isn't a whole lot of laughter, and some episodes will just end with everyone dying. You know, it happens. But
Inspired by true events.
yeah, yeah. But it's good. It's good. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Oshi does with it. Looks like he's doing his own complete spin, and I thought what was pretty interesting is he made a comment about how like I'm sure I don't know if you guys have seen the Pat Labor movies.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys have heard of them.
Yeah, very
But,
nice movies.
Yeah.
Those are more like philosophical works than like true war films, though. I'm sure you guys know what I mean.
The first
Like
one was a bit more comedic because it's more at the beginning of their work, and the second one is like at the end of the series, basically. It's like
that's what I mean. So those are more like him,
series,
like
and
being philosophical rather than like big spectacle battles and different stuff. I think Oshi said, which is rare, from what I've heard, is that this is going to be a bit more of a departure from his normal philosophical, like whatever, like over the top, like just he gets like really into the subtext and all that. So I mean, you've seen Ghost in the Shell, like they'll just be like characters will be having like inner like dialogue conversations with each other that like it's like I feel like almost no one else in the room can understand but them. But I guess it's gonna be more war focused. Like he said, it's gonna be much more intense and like gonna be closer to something like an actual war movie, like Private Ryan or something like that. So I'm pretty interested to see where it goes. Yeah.
So he's like, so hold on. Are you saying he's injecting less of what we would have expected of our OC adaptation of a thing?
I honestly, I thought he was gonna, make it more political like he tends to do. From what it looks like, I mean, this is Oshi, so knowing him, he's probably gonna lie, and there's gonna be a lot of politics anyways. But it's not as political as his previous works. That's what he's saying. Like he said, it's gonna.
All right, now look,
like character interactions and battles.
I want to know though, is there gonna be a 3-minute musical interjection? Because that's what I'm looking. I think we're all looking for that.
This is Oshi. You can't ask him to not do everything that he does. That's just ridiculous.
Right, because I mean, look, I always think about like I must have watched the one in the first Ghost in the Shell 100 times. Yeah,
it has like that 2 minutes. We're just walking around the city in the boat and stuff.
This is like, you know what? Let's just flex here. Let's just show we can do this. Yeah, I mean, and how do you convince somebody to do that? That is the next thing, It's like, nothing happens in this part. This is just the atmosphere we show in the world here.
Not to cut y'all off. Would any of you be interested in like watching a short anime that we all watch together? We just like talk about it on the podcast occasionally.
Why not?
Yeah.
We don't get shut
Because-
down for copyright
'cause-
reasons.
I mean, not like we don't have to watch it on the podcast itself. We could just watch episodes in between and talk about it, or you know what I mean, or we could just pull up parts and discuss it.
Yeah.
I don't really have any ideas on what to pick, but I figured we'd probably pick something a little bit smaller first to start off with, like a 13 or 20 episode series, nothing crazy.
Or some vintage OAV series.
Yeah, something like that, or even I would be down with that, like a small OVA series, something like that. Because you didn't want to be like, yeah, let's fucking hop in Legend of Galactic Heroes right off the bat, like
Yeah, that's a bit
episodes. You know what I mean? So that's too long. That's why I said we need to start off on something a little smaller. But I don't know. I'll look into stuff. I figured we'd watch something maybe like kind of classic though, like that way we can kind of get that classic anime discussion going. But I mean, it doesn't have to be like old school. I just meant like something that's kind of like relatively known and popular.
You know, there's a lot of
I don't know how many guys have you seen the standalone complex anime?
I did. I have the
no.
DVDs also.
You have not,
you know,
or
I've
you
seen
have?
it, but I haven't.
Okay.
I don't think I gave them the attention that they might have need because they really need to pay attention.
We could start with that if you guys were interested. It's really interesting, and even though I've seen like most of it, I would be down to watch it. It's got a lot of interesting aspects to it.
It's
That's
also
just-
interesting that is considered a classic now, because I still think of it as
no. I would say that's considered by a lot of people to be like almost like a modern classic. I mean, it's not really modern, but it's considered classic now by a lot of people. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just throwing out anything. We could do whatever we want. There's other stuff
no,
like Eskin Flow. There's all sorts of interesting stuff.
what I mean though is like I still think of it as new. I still think of it as coming out recently. Which is weird. I know it's been quite some time. It's been a minute.
Been 30 years.
God, there was an OVA that I was interested in checking out too, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is now, and I was going to tell you about it. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions about what you wanted to start, put it in the chat or whatever. I'm just going to look at some stuff. It's probably going to be shorter stuff. Like I said, I'm down for Ghost in the Shell. We can watch Technolize. We can watch something crazy like that. We can watch something not crazy. We can watch whatever we need to. So.
I started watching Technolize. I think that might be the kind of thing that you do need moral support to deal with, right? It's like
That's the most positive thing in the world.
But
yeah.
So I'm down. I figure we would just watch something that's like relatively like I said, it's relatively popular. Like not maybe, but like more like celebrated. I thought it'd be interesting. We could go old school. We could watch Yamato or something like that. We could go, something newer too. I know you guys haven't really seen Sunny Boy around here, so that's always an option.
Yeah, why not?
Sunny Boy's great. It's a great show. It's brand new too, basically. I mean, not that
Yeah,
new.
a few years ago.
19 or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not that new anymore, but it felt new when it was out. It sure felt new.
I don't care like what age it is, as long as.
But yeah, no. So yeah, I guess just I would just put some suggestions in the chat, and then we'll like hash it out next time we have a podcast of like what we want to like watch, or you know what I mean.
Right. It's interesting that there's like so much anime on YouTube now. So would it this stream can't get banned if we're watching something that's already on YouTube, or could it still get banned?
Something that's copyrighted and not like fan made or like in a gray zone, like so buried that nobody gives a shit about it. So yeah, I wouldn't push it too much with a lot.
I
of
wouldn't
Okay,
risk
'cause
it, to be fair.
Say that
We
again?
already tried it with one show and then we got shut down, and then went away, and then we got back up. So,
Have you guys seen Wolf's Rain, by the way?
I did.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Multiple times. Actually, I was watching it again.
It's like one of the few like classic 2000 animes that I actually haven't seen yet. So that's always.
Yeah.
I first watched it on TV when I was many years ago, like more than 20 years ago.
I started it, but I didn't finish it. But it definitely is interesting, but I didn't expect it to be I didn't expect it to be as surreal as it
do
was.
the work I do.
Sorry, say that again?
No, I was telling her about something.
Ah, okay,
I
sorry.
have to move in a washer and dryer today.
Hmm.
Lovely.
Ah,
I mean, take your pick. I'm like a lot of show land to watch.
yeah, man.
You got Boogie
Um,
Pop. You got City Hunt. Nah, City Hunt is good. Alien.
Yeah, man, I haven't even seen Boogie Pop, if you can believe it. I haven't seen. I started Wolf Train and I didn't finish it.
I mean, I watched one episode of Boogie Pop and then kind of got things. I mean, it's not easy to get into because you first need to read the novel.
Which
then
series?
the
The origin, the 19th adaptation, or I mean, it was from the year 2000 actually.
Honestly,
Well,
probably one of my controversial opinions is that I didn't really care for the '90s anime. Like I tried to watch it, but like
like
I think
style?
I
he's
watched-
right. I think you need to like know like previously about it to like care about it that much because I watched it and I'm like, I don't get what everyone's talking about.
Is it there's a reboot you said, or a remake, or what is it?
Yeah, there is a remake. Came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, 2009.
Okay.
2019 it came. I watched that also. And very nice actually.
Yeah, got more.
So which one should people watch?
Hmm?
Probably the original if you were gonna watch one.
It's called Amnesia. That's also pretty nice visuals, I know.
An anime that I would like to watch again after many years is Elfen Lied. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched it, and that was also one of those other series that, like, I guess maybe I don't have like a whole lot of attachment to. I just didn't think it was very good.
It's not probably, but
I've gotten flack before for saying that to people, but like I genuinely tried to enjoy it, and it just wasn't very good. Like, I think I was too old to watch it at that point. I was
back
already like
then
15, 16, so I was
It's
like,
edgy enough. I
it's
guess.
very gory, so people were shocked back in the day, I guess, because of that.
Yeah, and then the new.
I never really liked it. I thought it was. I didn't finish that either. You know, it was brutal in a way I didn't like. But I do love. A lot of times I like violence, but you know that was a little gross. You know,
Like Pet Shop of Horse, short, bit gory. Pretty nice thing.
it sucks. There was a series I was going to recommend you guys that was kind of like in the same vein that I haven't seen, but I genuinely Raph Zephion. There it is.
Oh yeah, that one.
You're at Raz Zephion. Such a weird series. I've never finished it. I do want to finish it at some point. I do think it's worth watching just because a lot of the concepts in it are pretty fucking crazy, and a lot of really talented Japanese writers have worked on this series. Like the Lane writer worked on it. Like multiple other famous writers have worked on it. Like it's kind of like a mesh of just insane ideas that like lead to a crazy finale. And it's one of those shows that, like, I think it kind of got a lot of bad hate at first because it kind of riffs on Evangelion a little bit, and you know, people be like, "Oh, it's just an Eva copy," but it does its own thing.
Yeah, it was like,
Interesting.
Another one
Yeah.
that I watched a couple of years ago. And
Yeah.
I had mixed feelings about it. It is called Argento Soma. Don't know if you
Oh,
guys have.
I've actually heard of that. I've never finished it though. I watched like the first episode and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, so you didn't capture your attention to that much if you didn't continue.
It was just weird. I don't know. I wanted to like it more because I really like mechs, but it was just like it was probably one of the least enjoyable mechs from that period I've watched. I really liked some of the what's it called, the backgrounds and the way it's shot though in certain shots, because it does look really warm and mellow, and like it just looks like it'd be fun to chill there in some of those scenes. I'm not gonna lie. God, there's this another anime that came out a couple years ago that it's kind of new, but it's like the animation isn't that great, but I do like it. It's called like is it Broken Sword? I have to double check.
Oh, Sword of the Strangers? No,
No,
I know the movie, but Broken Sword.
let me see. So it's like a mecha anime. Broken Blade. It's like a mecha anime, but it's kind of more of a modern mecha anime. I think it might be the only like mecha anime I actually know from the mid 2010s, like outside of like whatever Gundam was releasing. Yeah, and it was originally 6 theatrical movies, and then they later re-edited it for a 12-episode TV series. But yeah, Broken Blade. That's what I was gonna say. I couldn't think of what it was. It wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was pretty good, especially for like a 2010 mecha anime, probably the darkest period in mecha history.
In the 2010s, we seen like few things like Gundam and Iron Blood Orphans.
That was about it, really, though. I mean, that's considered like the gold child of the mecha for like the 2010s, which is kind of funny because I know there was a couple other Gundam projects that released right then, but most of them were like related to Seed and like other stuff.
The most notorious anime mecha that came out in the 2010s is Darling in the France.
Oh my god, I actually had forgot about that. Like that, it's weird because like
By the way,
I remember like Darling used to be like super popular, and then like they re-released Evangelion on Netflix, and then it just like disappeared overnight. Like the fandom for it, it was one of the strangest experiences I've ever had.
I don't know, because a lot of merchandise, and namely anime figures, continue to be released.
Do they still sell them here? So I don't know. Maybe it's because. So I think it's because the main character, whatever the main girl character of Darling 02 or whatever, was like a big sort of like, it was like a latching on point for a lot of people here. She was kind of like their favorite character, and so I think eventually, like, once Darling ended and it kind of went on spotlight, I think people just kind of forgot about it here because like I don't see it like at all anymore. Like I used to see it everywhere, like the first couple years, but not anymore. Which so I think it might still be popular, I would guess, but I don't see it at like stores or anything like that anymore, like I used to.
But it could be considered like the most influential anime of the 2010s, actually.
Oh, damn, that's fucking probably Attack on Titan. I'm sorry to other animes. It's Attack on Titan. I'm sorry.
Another one
that
continues to be like well received is Kill la Kill, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, I was never a fan of Kill la Kill, but I will say this: it has gotten like this cult like following that's like rabid about it, that defends it and will go anywhere. So I can't argue with that. It does have a very, very passionate fan base. I just thought it was kind of, I don't know, boring.
And other anime that are cool but are not mecha are like, I don't know, Ping Pong the Animation.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, I've seen it in the cinema, the whole 12 episodes.
Devilman Crybaby, I guess.
That one's good too.
Watched it.
I could never get over the look of that. I don't know if I think we talked about it a little bit before. The look of Crybaby.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to get into, to get over.
Not to cut you off, but did anyone launch Lazarus here? I didn't. I'm sorry.
Lazarus?
Yeah. Lazarus.
I did watch it, but I didn't really like it.
That was the TV show by the Cowboy Bebop guy. But yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, Lazarus. Oh, that one. Yeah, no. He said that he wanted to make a spiritual successor to Space Dandy, which I really would have loved. But no, producers wanted more like a Cowboy Bebop thing because that's
Space Dandy was so good too. I know people hate on Space Dandy, but it's so good. It's so much like I like it better than a lot of his other shit. Genuinely, like
it's really fun. It's just like Shit goes
I
nuts.
I
every
think one of the most
episode.
underrated
It's so
aspects of that is how good the animation is in Space Dandy. It's like insanely good at times for like no reason.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. It just
it'll have
flows
like one of the
on.
it'll have like one of the best animation sequences you've seen like ever. And just in the middle of the episode because he like ate a bad mushroom or something like that. Like it'll do stuff
Yeah.
like that in Space Dandy. It's great. Like it's a great show. It really is.
Yeah. It's a pity.
I still have to watch that too.
What about the Samurai Champloo, guys? Do you like it?
Yeah, that's good. I like it
more
more
Yeah.
than
watched it maybe too many times.
I like it more than what's it called? Cowboy Bebop.
Bebop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like it a lot better.
Bebop.
I think I get why Bebop likes it, but I think the journey for Champloo is so much more like interesting and like it just has so much more better moments. And like I personally I thought the music hit a little harder too, like the intro and outro music. And it often, since the episodes ended on like a little bit of a happier note than the Cowboy Bebop episodes, they often ended kind of just on a more like peaceful. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt better, like when I got to the end of each episode than Bebop. Not to say I hated Bebop or anything, but you know.
But it still has a little bit of the people the time together and over and kind of leaving each other now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not as final though, but still.
Is Psychopaths any like worth it? Because like I always heard from people like the first season was good, but none of the other seasons were good. So I'm like,
I don't know. Like,
but they keep coming out with more seasons. So I'm like,
Well, it's been a couple of years since last thing. I mean, it started season 3, episode 1, so not complaining too much about it.
well, I mean, I'd be down
Speaking
to watch the
of,
first season or something.
Speaking of other anime that are like cult classics from the past, Full Metal Panic. How many of you have watched it?
Mm,
or know
I
about it?
haven't finished it, but I do know about it, and I did watch some of it. It was really popular when I was like a teenager.
Or Gundam.
Like with
Oh,
older
what-
otaku, not with like kids my age, but like older otaku fucking loved the shit out of that show.
Well, what is
Yeah,
the
guys.
what is the premise of it?
It's like a mecha comedy show, isn't it? Like,
Yes, it is.
It's been a while since I've
Basically.
seen it, but
Like there is one season, like Fumofu, which is basically like only comedy, school drama without. They put all the mecha plot on the side, but then oddly enough, they did a season 3 that came out in 2018, and it's weird because it could be considered like the continuation of the season 2 that came out in 2005. So there are many years, like 14 years.
That's one of the longest gaps from continuation I've heard. You know, I would actually genuinely be curious to find out what the
was one
longest is
from
though.
the 80s.
Like what the longest gap between like the last episode of an anime and the most recent
well,
episode of the
there's
anime
like-
was.
There is like the second season of Durarara. No, Durarara. I don't know how do you
yeah.
pronounce it. Yeah, it came out many years after the first season.
That's interesting. I thought maybe it could have maybe been Bleach too, because it was like about 15 years ish before the Bleach episodes, or maybe, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's like
Christ.
a show from the 80s that, like 87 or something, and then like
It got a
few
new
years
season?
ago, like
What?
2000 yeah, and then from 2000, I don't know, I would say 2024, 3, then a season 2 came from it. It's like not even a reboost of it, just a season 2 from like 40 years ago. Now I remember the show, but then like I know there's a show like that.
Now look, the Yakuza had to have been involved in that. There was a Yakuza guy who threatened them.
Random comedy show.
You know, somebody threatened. Oh, you know what I started watching recently? That is supposed to be a classic Tenchi Muyo. A lot of people.
Oh,
That was something I never saw at the time. You ever seen that?
that's good. Also,
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
oh,
Is it-
no.
Is it worth? It has like a reputation as being, you know, kind of a must watch, you know, a foundational thing.
Oh, Birdie, that's one. Birdie is actually a cool series. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
Nope.
The original OAV series and also the TV series that
Are you
they
talking-
did. Like,
Did you say Tetsuwan Birdie?
yeah,
I actually haven't heard of it. But mostly because I stumbled across it while I was looking up Tetsuo on Adam. Funny enough, but yeah,
The
I
author is the same. They did Pat Labor. The manga of Pat Labor
that's
is
what I
the
was gonna
same
say.
author
So
who did
I looked into it, and
Tetsuo
it's
Berg.
actually it's pretty interesting from what I've seen. Like I don't know if I'd watch the anime because from what I've heard from the anime, like varies in quality, but I do want to read it. Like I want to read his stuff. I really liked Pat Labor. I don't know if you've read Pat Labor. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Like the
haven't read it,
mangas,
but
they're pretty good actually. I
watched
do
all
recommend
the anime.
like if you can get a hold of any of the Pat Labor stuff, I recommend just like reading them or checking them out. See, he's got some pretty interesting ideas because I think what makes a lot of his stuff like they're not super fresh to us because it's been 40 years later. But at the time, that stuff probably had to have been really fresh because like just like Gundam was like a breath of fresh air for like like the real robot genre to like make a thing. Like this is sort of like a breath of fresh air to like make like mechs that were like as real as could possibly be. Like you know what I mean? Like these are police mechs. They're not like even though Gundam's real, they're still flying around in space and they have like like future sight and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's real to an extent. You know what I mean? Like it's not as real as like something like Pat Labor. Pat Labor literally feels like something that could happen in like the future.
In real life, yes, I guess. I guess
Maybe 10 years in the future. Maybe.
I mean, it was extremely grounded, right? I remember it didn't have anything. Remember the intro to Pat Labor 2 was freaking sick when it was testing the mech. You know, that was just.
That's what I think. I like it is as much as I do love Gundam, I love it. You know what I mean? As you can tell, I talk about a lot. But I think what makes Pat Labor and some stuff like that special is that like how grounded they really are. Or something like Jinro too. I think that's what makes Jinro feel very powerful. Is it feels very grounded. Like sure, they might be dudes with like armor that lets them massacre people, but like they're not like anything other than that. Like they're not like they don't have like psychic telepathic abilities or they're not like pulling down rafters with their mind or anything like that. At the end of the day, they're a hit squad. It's a hit squad, and you know what a hit squad is. You know what I mean? So it's like it's very it feels real. It feels grounded in a way that I think a lot of other series where they bring in darker elements, they don't feel as grounded because it doesn't feel as real. Like you could literally realistically see like a Death Squad in the future, like something from Jinro. You know what I mean? Like
here, official sequel of 1988 Studio Sunrise anime created by Hajime Yate.
I used to watch the Ronin Warriors with another name when I was a kid also.
you guys want to know a cool fun fact about the Hajime I think it's supposed to be Hayate, by the way. I don't think it's supposed to be Yatate. But maybe it was, maybe I don't know. But so there might be another director that has the same name. It's funny. But so if you ever see anything that says Hajime Hayate on the Sunrise thingy, that means it's created by a collective staff. It doesn't actually mean it's created by anyone. Because I always wondered, I was like, man, who's this Hajime Hayate? I was like, he'd be making shit that like everyone likes. I'll be like, he's made shit I like. He's like, it's just a pseudonym. It's not actually a real person. Yeah.
So we don't know who it would be. It would be a collective, no individual.
So Hajime Hayate is credited on almost all the Gundam series because it's just random people who helped create Tomino create them. He's credited on almost all the series that Tomino worked with because it's random people that helped him create stuff. And he's credited on Cowboy Bebop, The Big O, Witch Hunter, Robin. He's credited on a lot of stuff, but it's not, like I said, it's not an actual person.
This is, for some people, this is like talking about Santa Claus, so be careful.
Yeah, I've always wondered that though, but like, I remember like that confused the shit out of me when I was a kid. I was like, man, who is this guy? He must be like a legend. And I'd look him up online, and he just like wouldn't come up. And I'm like, what? He's gotta exist. And it's like, no, it's just a pseudonym of like creative staff.
No.
It's like for Chobits, for instance, that studio. I don't know what it's called again.
Yeah. It's like when the Clamp. It's like kind of like that.
Clamp,
yeah. It is. Yes, it is. It's almost like Clamp, except for it's just Hayate, like whatever. And honestly, usually when it's Hayate, it's usually like Tomino or somebody related to Tomino, like or someone who's worked with Tomino. It very rarely is it not. That's why it says that. It's usually somebody who's worked on the original Gundams, basically, like the first couple of Gundams, basically.
Area
Now,
18.
I would assume that in the future, it's probably just going to mean, it probably just means every like creator now. You know what I mean? Because I'm assuming a lot of the people who worked on the original Gundam aren't alive anymore. Like, it's been that long.
Yeah, most of them, maybe the by now, even though
Yeah.
Japanese life expectancy is higher than
Well, you
many other places.
I mean, the creator himself is like 80 something years old, so it's not. Yeah, it's not that
Almost
shocking.
it's like maybe 90 or almost 90 years old now.
He's 84, I think, which is crazy when you think about it.
There are like a couple of mangakas that have died recently that they were like 90 plus years old. So
Yeah, there was I can't remember, one died not too long ago, and he was like 93 or something like that, or 92, and I was like,
maybe
oh my gosh.
Sanpei Shirato, maybe Shirato Sanpei.
Yeah, it's interesting though that some of these guys are literally like the grandfathers of manga, and then they've lived so long that they have got to watch their platform that they start change into like $1 billion industry and be something completely different. Like, that's gotta be wild. Like,
would you guys say that I compensated enough for the contributions that I make? Because I was talking to somebody about that. And a lot of these guys who work on a lot of these classic like games and stuff, they're not actually that rich, you know. They live humble lives afterwards, even if that thing is, you know, $1 trillion.
well, if there's one thing that's taught me like about stories like that, about those guys who just have like $1 billion franchises but aren't worth that much money, is keep your franchise's name if possible. Like, just keep it. Like, no matter what you do, just keep it. Whatever you do, keep the rights to it. Don't create anything.
But I mean, look,
the rights to.
The thing is this though. A lot of this stuff was work for hire. So like, you don't. That is the deal going in. That anything you create while employed here.
Yeah. I guess a lot of those guys made the mistake of making their life's passion project the work for hire. I guess, you know what I mean?
Right.
They should.
I mean, it sucks, but.
Yeah, I get it, because it does feel like, I mean, not all directors like that, but it does feel like some directors, like, literally, like, it feels like their magnum opus was like, they just decide to put it out on like TV randomly, like, one time, and it's like.
But I mean, you know,
I get it. But I guess you also, you have to strike when the iron's hot too. So I guess I can't say that. So.
Right, and then think of it like this too. Like, you are not gonna have the resources to put together a show. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Yeah.
So you have to get into the machinery to get anything made. You know, and is that worth it? It's not like now where we could make a game in a bedroom somewhere, right? Especially a game. It's still difficult to make a cartoon, but it could be done. And it's still difficult to make a game, but it could be done. You know, but now I think we have the option. Imagine even in the 90s, how would we distribute this thing? How would we get people to see it?
I think the thing that kind of makes me a little sad though is that a lot of anime creators have been kind of hesitant to take in Kickstarter, where a lot of video game creators have already started accepting that. Even ones in Japan are more likely to accept it than like that. Like, a lot of anime could probably be out right now if they would Kickstart it, but they won't. Like, if the creator, like, so, like, you know, like Despair, for example, if they came out with a Kickstarter for Despair, I guarantee you they could probably get enough to cover everything for Despair.
Yeah.
Which anime is it?
It's the new anime by the Serial Experiments Lane creator.
18 years in the making. Yes.
Yeah, it's been like teased forever. It's a big deal. It's literally got like every time it goes trending on Twitter, they say anything, it gets like 1 billion likes. And I'm not to say that doesn't generate towards money, obviously, you know, but he is so popular, and his stuff has been popular enough for now that like they could release it and they could get their money back easily. Like, it's not a question of getting money back anymore.
And
but the creators they're still living in like 1990, where they don't realize that they could simply go out and just be like, hey man, we need some financial backing because the companies won't back us.
Half the country is like, you know, run by old guys. So
that's why I say they don't understand that. Like, and I'm not saying that they should. Maybe, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, every creator should go do that to just scam their fans for money. You know, I don't want to sound that, because that sounds bad either. But like, I think their unwillingness to like use any resources besides like trying to use their parent company is actually like terrible, because like a lot of stuff could be getting made that just isn't going to be made.
No, is that because you think they're too proud to do it, or they're not aware that it exists?
I genuinely don't. So I think some of them are probably too proud to do it. You're absolutely right. But I do think some of them are also probably genuinely so unaware that they could do it that they don't even know that they could. They don't even know that they probably could. They literally probably don't even know that they could advertise their stuff to other people like that, or that they have that big of fan bases over here, because a lot of them don't have Twitter. And if they don't have Twitter, they definitely don't see their name ever being mentioned ever outside of that. Like, unless someone specifically like we're bringing articles in another language, and that's not going to happen. Most of these people are very, inundated. They have small circles. They probably only know people who speak Japanese. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Twitter, I think.
Some of them have Twitters. Yeah, I'm not gonna be all of them, but a lot of Japanese artists don't have. Still, though, I don't know. A lot of ones I look for don't have them.
Except
A lot of the
so if they do have them, they only post like once every 6 months too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Nihei be doing that a lot, and he's not the only one. He be posting like once every 10 months, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like
with the sketches, he does a bit more. So
yeah. So yeah, I don't know where that came from. I guess I got to give him more credit, but that was kind of crazy. He just started doing sketches out of nowhere. But if you looked at his activity before that, he hadn't posted in like 8 months or 9 months before that, and I don't even, like, he hadn't even advertised his magazine covers or anything like that, which is kind of crazy. I'm like, what?
I mean, he retweeted like advertisements for like.
He retweets some of them, but I went through him. He didn't he does not retweet all of them. I'm telling you. Like, I'm not saying that he should, but like, I do think it's funny that he doesn't even retweet all of his own stuff.
Busy with like the rings and all that kind of shit. Just
yeah, he has to draw 75 more dark rings as we go down this hallway.
I got a Mary, and it just why?
You got to let him get out of his ring phase. He was in the spore phase in Biomega, and then at the end of Blame, he was in like that really weird like he was in that weird like
for like 10 hours or something like that.
He's been super into the rings lately. He's been going hard on them. The spiral, anything spiral. Well, no. So I don't know if you noticed that it's not just rings. He's been doing anything spiral. Like, have you noticed? There's like almost all of his double spreads have been like in something that's like spiraling. Have you noticed that? Not all of them. Like the dragon ones and stuff like that haven't been, but like the ones that where they're walking, they're almost always like where it's like a spiral, because they're like going up an area.
Uzumaki is a bit more.
As I said, I don't know. I feel like he's just been going like just going hard with the circulars lately, like just.
You seen that Uzumaki? He just can't fucking shake it. Yeah. Wait.
So what you're saying? What you're saying is that he's been infected by that demon or whatever.
Well, it's funny because it reminds me of that one panel he drew at the end of Blame, where it's just like that seashell looking panel where it just looks like the staircase Achilles walking up. I genuinely think he's just like, man, I fucking like this panel. I'm gonna keep drawing it. Like, I'm not joking. Like,
yeah, remember?
Because I know Blame is like one of the only series that he actually like still knows a lot about. So it's like. I'm sure he probably reads it occasionally.
On the times probably and advertised and whatnot. So.
This I was gonna say. I would assume it's probably the only series he still reads too, because I don't think he really reads Biomega or Bara.
I mean, no, Biomega probably not. Kinda forget it.
He probably still keeps up with Night stuff too, though, because he still gets asked a lot of questions about Nights.
Yeah. Here. Even the ring's fucking physical. Oh wait, I have to share it obviously. Here, the ring.
Now hold on. He like remember Masby had mentioned this. Like, he just likes to draw certain things on some days, and that's why there's characters that appear once. He has like a skeleton Birdman, Weird shit like that.
If I had the power, I would just draw randomly cool shit and then just not elaborate. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you do be doing that a lot. It's not.
You got to sometimes. You got to.
I mean,
What's the
with
point of
Bleach
what's the
too,
point?
it's like he just wanted to draw cool fight scenes and not much else, and then then
Now,
Bleach started.
let me ask you guys this too. Among all the manga artists, I think this is one of the guys that is leaving some of the most amount of money on the table. Because you're talking about
Yeah,
a
definitely.
$500 calendar and all this sort of thing. Right? That's what you're saying, right? A $500 signed thing. You know what I mean? This how much money is this guy not taking by not just doing more things?
I mean,
I
the thing
think
about
he's
him is
doing-
like he probably doesn't know how popular he is on like American Twitter. Like I genuinely don't think he does. Like
So he's one of the guys that you're talking about. One of the guys that doesn't know, doesn't think.
yeah, I think it's interesting though. I don't. He's
55
so
now.
loyal to what's it called, that Polygon. I don't know if it'd even matter anyways. Like
I mean,
I don't
at this point, I don't know if he's gonna go back to that because you can't do everything with Polygon.
And the thing is too, I guess, is that Polygon looks like they're pretty booked up for the next couple of years. Did you see that?
Not really.
That they announced 2 new series. I will say this: the new animation for Polygon stuff isn't actually looking that bad. I mean, I assume at some point Polygon's going to have pretty good animation, just because 3D animation is
I
going to
mean,
get
if
better
you
and
do
better and
enough,
better and better.
You know.
No, hold on, no,
Like 40 years.
don't jinx it. But I mean,
Yeah, probably, but
because you see, because this stuff is so hand drawn feeling, I really want to see it drawn by hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think hand-drawn anime is ever going to go away. I just think that at some point 3D anime probably won't even be the norm ever, just because I at some point I assume it'll probably get more expensive because that's just how everything works with the computers suddenly. But I think that it will get to a point where people won't really mind that it's 3D anymore. Does that make sense? Because the
Probably.
new Gundam stuff is getting really close, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of that's not. I haven't seen the new Gundam series because it's not out. But like the
Chainsaw Man, it was pretty close.
that too, yes, that was also very good. Like,
But
the
I will say this though.
like, and it was CGI.
I don't.
A lot of it was CGI, but there was also rotoscoping. So, but I don't know. But
I don't think a lot of people care this much about it, but
Never mind.
there is something to be said for knowing that something was made a certain way. I like the sadomasochism of it. You know what I mean? That adds a value to it, even though it probably shouldn't. I like the idea that human suffering went into it. No, maybe I shouldn't say it quite like that, but you know what I mean. It has to be. I mean, you've seen Leica films, right? And doing things with stop motion and taking 50 years, right? You know what I mean? I like that there was this huge process behind it. And I would rather look at the one that was done at this great expense and human expense,
I think I guess it's gonna be one of those things. Is like I think a lot of people are gonna, there's probably gonna be kind of a hipster-ish movement of people being like, I'm only gonna watch 2D anime, all this and that. But like, I don't see any reason why. I mean, people do it now too, but I think there would probably be like if 3D became like the norm. Like let's just say we're in the future, 20 years from now, 3D is the norm. You know what I mean? I think there probably would be kind of a hipster movement of people like only watching older 2D anime, like if 3D was like the only thing made. But I don't really think it matters if, like, in my opinion, like if it's both being made by hand, I guess it's technically 3D it's made by like, computer mouse, so it's a little different. But if they're both being made by a person sitting down making it entirely, I think it's preferable than just like having a robot like spit out stuff for us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think
just AI.
I think I'd be all right with it. Like I would miss 2D anime. I'd still watch anime, and I'd probably watch a lot of older anime. I just don't want to live in a world where like anime is kind of just like, I don't know, the same thing. So I'm kind of hoping that we've been seeing a lot of recent changes and a lot of mixing of 2D and old 3D techniques to make like new stuff. So it's been really interesting. So I don't know. I think things are going to get better from here. I think.
I mean, it will allow smaller teams of people to make more things. That'll be interesting to see, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm honestly, one thing I'm kind of shocked about is like that I guess we haven't really seen like any like true like take on like a Western like style anime or anything like here. Like there is like some shows here that are stylizing anime, but like there isn't anything that they've built to like challenge One Piece or anything like that. And I've always wondered like if that's ever gonna come or if like they're just gonna squander away their dominance to Japan animation, which probably will happen. And then Chinese animation will probably also come in and just take the rest. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if you, it seems like a lot of people are trending away from whatever Pixar and stuff, which is kind of funny because that a couple years ago, that stuff had like a chokehold on the industry.
Yeah, no. Let me ask you this: if you take 10 recent CG animated movies from the West, would you be able to tell them apart?
No, probably not. That's the thing. Like, I live here and I can't even tell you like half the stuff that comes out, and it's an issue. I think there's so much stuff that comes out and it's like discoverability, and I don't know. I don't think it's seen as high quality as some of the original Disney stuff was seen as. Like, some of those movies are held in very high regard, even among anime nerds. So it's like, I do think that part of that has to do with the craftsmanship involved. I feel like that ages in a different way. Yeah.
There's a timelessness to it that CG doesn't have.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because I was.
And I mean,
No, I was gonna say I went back and watched the original Ice Age, and it did not look as good as I remember because of the CG.
Yeah, it looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah, I remember that movie looking like great in my head, and like it doesn't look terrible.
That's the best CGI that you saw until that point. So
yeah,
it goes on. I'm like, oh shit, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, that I went back and watched it, and I'm like, man, this actually does not look that great. Like it doesn't look. I'm like, it looks terrible. It doesn't, but it doesn't look good either. Like if that came out now, people would be like, this is a super low budget, terrible film. It's than that, but like for the time, obviously it was like top of the line. So it's just weird how like standards change too for those kind of things. So like I don't know. We'll have to just see where things got because like like an anime getting CGI and like a mecha anime getting CGI in like 2012 was like death sentence. Now like I mean, it looks pretty good. It's watchable. You know what I mean? So it's like, in maybe 5-10 years from now, maybe like a slice of life show is unwatchable in 3D, but maybe now, like a slice of life show would be watchable. You know what I mean? Like we would have to see. I'm assuming, like I said, it's going to get to the point though that 3D is going to get like. It's never gonna look like 2D, but I'm assuming it's gonna get like at least much more watchable. You know what I mean?
Look, listen. Stop talking about improvements. We all know the peak of CG anime was Berserk, right, Mars and Koma?
Yes, 1997. Yes.
Listen, that walk away was peak. As the kids say. You know the one.
Yes,
that was just so amazing. You know what? Have you guys seen that? The Chinese movie, the Chinese CG movie. Have you seen this?
Yes.
It's blowing up the internet. Koma, Mars, look this up. Look up this. It's a new CG.
Or something like that?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen something like that. It's made by a mother and her son or something like that.
The story behind like the Berserk 2016 is actually pretty sad. They kind of got screwed making that show. I was watching like a little documentary talked about it, and they kind of did get like they didn't really have the time, resources, or the talent to make that show. They somehow got it. It was just
Right,
it
I
was a
mean,
nightmare.
but let me tell you this. Surely, as bad as it was, you would not have let that walk through the door. You would not have let that walk go out like that. You know what I mean?
I don't understand, like if they. I mean, I guess they probably had to contractually put that out. But if you were an executive, you think you would call and probably pull the plug on that. But maybe they couldn't contractually or something like that. But if you were the company that was like contracting them to keep it on the network, it's like you think you wouldn't want to keep that on the network because it probably looks terrible for you. Like I don't know. I do think it's interesting that I got a second season too, because it wasn't just one part; it was two parts. Remember?
No, was it profitable just because of the critical mass of Berserk? You know, was it profitable in spite of this?
You probably not. You know, it probably lost them money.
Damn. So you're saying even with the property of Berserk behind it, they couldn't overcome it. They couldn't overcome the
like the 97 anime. I think it was all rightly received. Like I think it. I don't know. It's hard to find details about that one. I know the Berserk movies did actually pretty well in theaters. Enough to get re-releases in a like get some updates as well. So, but as for the rest of Berserk, it's really hard to say. Like, I think it became a lot more profitable towards the end of his life than it was towards the beginning. Like, I feel like it paid enough to like make sure he didn't have to do other jobs, but like it probably didn't. He probably wasn't like, he wasn't like Tagashi rich or like like the DBZ rich or nothing. You know what I mean?
Man, I kind of had to believe that Miura was. I mean, I know. He had literally been drawing it for 30 years, right? So half a lifetime. Whew. How much do you guys think that he knew? Did you think that he knew it was gonna grow like this? In scope, the story, because there's things in the beginning that I think they are a little retrofitted. They are a little what do you word? Retcon a little bit. You know what I mean?
So I looked online. It said that it says a lot of people guess. So just for example, said that Berserk has sold over 60 million copies. And they think that he was only worth about a couple million, which is interesting. But that's what I said. So I don't know if I don't know if it's true, but
in Japan they don't really show the.
But what's interesting though is that so like to compare like Tagashi, author of Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho, he's worth 30 million. So
Jesus.
And he has sold Yu Yu Hakusho, I think, sold 75 million copies, and then Hunter x Hunter sold like 100 million. So I would assume Miura was probably worth more, about 5-10 million. He probably wasn't worth like what some other authors are worth.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Who pays for the studio and the interns and all this sort of thing, and the guys that he was training? Who pays for that? Him or the company?
I think his company does. Probably. But like I don't know. I don't think if it's profitable. I don't think he loses money on it, but I don't think he gets anything out of it. I think it's one of those things. But I don't know. Maybe they could possibly lose money. It's Japan. I don't know. They're pretty strict on stuff like that there.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you lose this money, you lose 5% of your salary for this year or something. I don't know. I don't want to quote on someone else's contract, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's very interesting because I know some of that stuff is pretty, it's hard to like parse because like the way they do stuff, their laws can be just difficult to understand sometimes.
Yeah, and I find it's super unfair to some of the creators, right? Because you have people living in hovels and their thing is making $1 trillion,
Yep.
I mean, look, I know that is the game. He never would have he never would have reached far if he didn't have the magazine behind him, right? To distribute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been like 2.5 hours at this point.
So a lot of people were estimating. I went to like some old forums just to like oh, sorry, I know you're about to call it, but a lot of people were estimating that in the early thousands that he probably made about 150K a year. A year.
Damn.
So he wasn't like broke, but he wasn't like super rich.
No.
So 150K a year. I mean that's in Japan in the early thousands, so that is quite a bit. You know what I mean? But that's not like mega rich. But that's also before like he became like not before he became, but like before like his like I guess before he became like really known internationally. Yeah. Because like I knew of Berserk kind of when I was a kid, but like now everyone knows what Berserk is. Like it's a staple. It's sold in shows everywhere. I can get it a copy of Walmart.
What? Holy shit! Nice.
Yeah. They literally sell copies at my Walmart. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
could you imagine a kid picking that up?
It has a little
you pick up
parental
a Berserk
advisory.
and you pick up a Peppa Pig, you know?
So they're sealed and they have a little thing that says warning parental advisory and then another thing on the back that says warning not for kids.
Back, yeah, for the big edition.
These kids can't read.
Yep. So they literally like,
Nice.
and they also, I think when you go to check it out, they literally will tell like the parent like that it has like blah 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 before they buy it. That's how they do it here. I remember when I was a kid going to get like a CDs or whatever, and they tell me and then we like read off all the stuff in the CD, and you know it has sex, violence, and like one of those would be like that, and my dad would be like, "Oh."
Yeah, and your father was like, "That's my boy."
But yeah, are you gonna call it Iron?
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
been
see,
like
I never.
2 hours.
And remember, I'm always the one that says to keep this thing short, and I always making it long, you know. So, they blame me.
Yes, we always blame you. Like the manga says. But oh well. This has been this episode, and we see you in like weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
So yeah, I forgot to say mention this before we go. Just send whatever show you want in the chat, and then I'll just make like a poll or something, and we can just vote.
Oh sure, maybe do that on Twitter or something. I don't know if anybody in here.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll just have people on the Twitter vote for us because it's way easier to do that than having like 4 people try to decide. But yeah, just send the show that you want the most. All right, like whatever show you want. And it can be something you've already seen. It doesn't have to be like something we're all going to discuss it. So whoever has more insight, it's not going to be bad or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Just try to keep it short. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Like I said, no 150, 100, blah blah blah. Yeah, too long.
Yeah.
Shit insanity.
What? Oh well. See you then.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Later.
Bye.
Later.